I don't want that. Alright, it looks like we're live. Hello, everybody! Welcome to more Virtue's Last Reward. I'm Gina, aka the Gina Chu. I'm just gonna jump right into it today. I'm so excited. Last time we did more insanity. We got the third of the 9 good endings. We had the Dio ending, the Tenmi OG ending, and we got the Clover ending last time. But now it's time to, I assume, get another bad ending. Or maybe not. I don't know. Okay. So, we need to find the K game over ending in our flowchart. That is Luna game over. This is K game over. Okay. So, we need to go to the AB game right before the K game over ending, and you see we allied last time and he screwed us over and escaped, and that was terrible. This time we're going to choose Betray, and we should be able to see something different. So let's see what we can do. The bad Luna game over, I forgot what happened in that one.
Until Ambidex game polling closes.
I forgot what happened in that one. I think it was one where, like, Luna was the only one that died. I think that was the bad Luna game over. K made a compelling argument, but I still have to make my choice. I forgot really exactly what happened in this one because it's been a while, but you really, if I chose Ally and he just, yeah, we have to see if we can trust him, and we can't trust him, so we need to choose Betray so that we even out and he doesn't get 9 points.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
And we'll see what that does. I don't know what that's going to do. Alright, so we're going to betray the son of a bitch because he betrayed us last time. So we're going to go back in time and betray him to make us feel better about ourselves. Or something.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed.
It's all good, Shay. I think it's awesome that your mom even wants to hang out. And I'm so happy to see you too, by the way. Made my heart really happy. Also, please don't mind the chat you see there, guys. That's from this afternoon's stream. I don't know why it's still there.
Please direct your attention
we had fun.
to the results
We played
screen.
Papers, Please. It's a good time. You should join us. Oh. Alright, so let's see what happens now. Kay should not have enough to get out now because we betrayed him. Yep. No 9 points for you, mother trucker. Hi, Mama Shelties. Hello, Caleb. Oh, none of us are really at 1 anymore. So you picked Betray.
Leading to a draw, it would seem.
You don't feel bad about it or anything?
I could ask the same of you.
Okay, yeah, I guess
I
that's
had
fair.
thought that you would choose Ally.
If I had, then you'd have 9 BP right now, wouldn't you? Nice try, but I'm not going to let you get out of here that easily.
As I told you before, even if I were to reach 9 BP, I would not necessarily leave immediately.
We know that that is bullshit because you got 9 BP in the same storyline and you pieced the fuck out.
I might choose to wait until everyone else had also
I
reached
apologize,
9
Mama
BP.
Shelties. I always feel bad when I curse in front of Mama Shelties because I know she hates it. Okay. Yeah, well, I considered that. Didn't seem likely.
And you do not trust me. No
Well.
need to apologize. Trust must be earned in a game like this.
Well, also, you're not trustworthy, so... Says the guy who told me to trust him so he can betray me. Look at his face! He's like, oh, Sigma. You silly bitch. You caught me trying to kill you all. It's hilarious. Well, he said he would come back with help. I don't know how true that is.
Indeed. Clearly, I don't deserve to be trusted.
The honesty is refreshing, but that's really not the brightest mood.
So you chose betray too.
Shay. Yeah, I'd be like, listen, I've done this storyline before, and I know what you would have done.
You just picked ally out of 9BP right now.
Yeah, well, guess what, Dio? You're an asshole and nobody wants you to survive.
Why on earth would I have done that? There's no way Clover would have chosen Ally when you had a chance to betray her and get to
Really?
9BP. Are you an idiot or something?
Really?
Just smartasses.
So you chose betray.
Of course. Luna's bracelet is already off.
Right, so Luna and Alice are dead in this
penalty
one,
for her
and
now.
Quark is still out. Because in that little face montage before the results, there was only 5 people, plus me is 6. Luna and Alice are dead, that's 7, 8, and then Quark is still out, that's 9.
That brings Quark's BP up to 9.
Yes.
Are you worried that he might try and get out?
Well, if he were to do so, the rest of us would be trapped here.
Bet you're all pretty happy he isn't here right now, aren't you?
Whoa, nobody's saying that.
Maybe you aren't saying
I
it,
am.
but
I'm
I
glad
know
he's
what
not
you're
here.
thinking.
I'm glad that he's not saying that because you would probably try to pull something. You would try to pull some shit, Teddy OG, and I don't want to hear it.
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 3 of the Ambidex game will be the star
Yes, we know about the
keys.
star
There
keys.
is no set. The
No set
Ambidex
limit. We know this. As many times as we want, huh? Then that means we can play the AB game over and over using these star keys, right?
So it would seem.
All right, well, where do we find them? Beyond the next set of chromatic doors.
Oh? You found them already?
Yeah, that's right. I forgot to tell you guys. Take a look at the map. Here's the floor B map. There are 3 white doors in the floor B warehouse.
White doors, huh? Maybe that's where Quark went. The warehouse on floor B, you said?
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to get through them until they open. You've still got more than 80 minutes until that happens.
Damn.
We will need to form groups of colors that can make white.
Dio is a giraffe. If you guys have not seen on the Facebook page the Dio giraffe art that came out of Caleb, oh my god.
Time we had a look at all our colors then.
Yeah, looks like they've been shuffled around again. We are a solo blue,
I'm a magenta.
magenta pair with Alice.
As am I.
Oh! Okay, this time you're paired with him. I thought this was a different outline. I don't think it matters whose colors won to try and figure out puzzles, at least I don't think.
You and me, huh?
I want to be thorough though, so I'm gonna write it down anyway. It makes me feel accomplished, okay? I'm solo blue. K and Phi are pair magenta.
Better than Dio, I guess.
Yeah.
Say something.
Yeah, fuck you. Is
What
I
color are
said.
you?
I'm sorry, Mama Shelties.
I'm a green solo.
Yes. He seems to be green solo a lot in these.
What's with the sigh?
Forget about it.
What about you two?
Cyan, pair.
Okay. Kimioji is cyan. Cyan
I'm a
pair.
cyan pair too.
Okay, so Clover is also cyan pair.
Alice and Luna's bracelets have changed as well.
Okay, so Alice and Luna got paired up funnily enough to yellow pairs, which means Quark must be
Both
a
of them are yellow
solo.
pairs.
Yeah. Quark must be yellow solo. And what color is Quark?
He's a red solo.
Red solo. Oh, right, because primary and secondary. Right, at this point for the 3rd game. Right.
In order to open the white doors, you'd normally need, say, red, blue, and green.
But solos can't group together.
That's why the pairs are magenta, yellow, and cyan.
Right.
Magenta is a mix of red and blue. Yellow is a mix of red and green. Cyan is a mix of blue and green.
Right.
So if you combine magenta with green, you get white. And so on.
Okay, so you don't want me to make references to God and Jesus. Okay. I gotcha. I know I do say Jesus effing Christ a lot, so I apologize. I'll try to
Okay,
curb
then.
that. I promise.
We just need to get to the floor B warehouse when the doors open, right? I'll be taking off then.
Alrighty. Where do you think you're going?
Anywhere that isn't here. Hanging out with a murderer doesn't sound like a good time to me.
The guy who insists on splitting up is usually the first to bite it.
Or you're the murderer trying to plan your next move, Dio.
What?
And then again, loners often turn out to be killers.
Yep.
Just what are you getting at, old man? You think I kill him?
Well, maybe not. But you're pretty damn suspicious.
You trying to start something, you wrinkled old piece of...
Hey, knock it off. We don't actually know one of us is the killer, do we?
We have no evidence of that, no. But we do know that Zero Senior is one of us.
So we've been told.
And there is an excellent chance that Zero Senior and the killer are one and the same.
I mean, not an out there assumption, but it is still an assumption. Then why did he kill Alice and Luna now? If Zero Senior wanted any of us dead, he could have just done it way before this. That is also true. While we were, I don't know, unconscious, for instance, or, you know, when he kidnapped us. What's the point of setting up this whole game just to kill off 2 of your participants halfway through?
Then are you saying there's another person in here somewhere?
Well, I mean, we found what I assume is dead future Akane, so it's possible. I think it might be a good idea for all of us to look for the killer.
Well, we gain nothing by standing around here.
This is new. We didn't think to look for the killer before. Oh, hi, Rie. Oh, I'm glad that we can cheer you up here. I'm so happy to have you here.
I've got to find Quark, and soon.
If we're going to search, we should go in pairs this time.
How are we going to pair up then?
I'm not going with Kay.
There is 8 of
He
us.
decides he feels like snapping me in half. There's not a whole hell of a lot I can do about it.
I'll go with anyone besides Dio.
I don't want to go with you either.
Here we go. Nobody wants to go with Dio.
Fine. He's hardly my first choice, but I'll take Dio.
Yeah. She's just like, I'll take one for the team. Hi, Mama Shay. How are you? Hi,
What the
Ricky. Oh my gosh, all of my faves are here tonight.
Just figured that this way we don't have to make this into a huge argument. Besides, I'm gonna be stuck with you once we go through the chromatic doors anyway.
Wow.
No reason to put it off.
Suppose not.
I will go with Sigma.
No, you guys are all my favorites.
Would you prefer someone else?
Spoilers, every single person of my community is my favorite. I can't choose. You're all too amazing. No, I guess you're okay.
That leaves me and Clover as a pair then.
Yep.
You guys were color paired anyway. Looks like we're all set. Wait, who are we going
We'll
with?
take the cyan door on floor A
I wasn't even
and the
paying
blue
attention.
door on floor B.
All right? Clover and I'll
busy
take the
talking with
magenta
you
door
guys.
and the red door.
Okay. That leaves us with the yellow and green doors then. So we're all done. Let's be on the floor B warehouse,
Got it.
alright?
See you later.
I assume
then.
we're gonna be with K. Because I have a feeling this ending's gonna be K-centric, being that the other option was the bad K ending. To the infirmary. Ah, this room. This room really frustrated me. This room taught me a lot about the way that the games work in here. This room was the first time that I ever really saw a puzzle where you pull pieces out of one puzzle to use them in another. Like, I don't know. It was weird to me. There's no one in the infirmary. No Quark and no killer, at least as far as I can see.
Well, there is someone here. Technically, at least.
You mean us, you dumbass?
The old woman.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Oh, yeah. She was lying silently on the bed furthest away from us. If it weren't for the bloodstains on her chest and arm, her peaceful expression would have fooled most people into thinking she was just asleep. Is she just asleep? Is she under Sopro? I think they probably checked her. The blood had dried and darkened and now looked like any other stain. That was when I noticed it. She had a bracelet! Oh, this complicates things just a little bit. Wait a minute, look at her wrist.
It seems remarkably clean.
Ooh, this is going to be a piece of important information we're going to take into another timeline. Yeah, for some reason there's no blood on this part.
Maybe she had something on her wrist. A watch, perhaps.
A watch?
Yes. It was likely removed after she was killed. That would account for the lack of blood splatter on her wrist.
A watch, huh? I don't know. It just looks like it was kind of wide for a watch. Come on, guys! Our women's watches usually thinner. Come on, guys! Look at your wrists!
You raise a good point. Perhaps it was some kind of jewelry?
Jewelry? You mean like a bracelet or something? Come on! Of course! Why didn't I see it sooner? I don't know. This is the same size and shape as our bracelets. Look, it's exactly the same width.
Then that would mean...
She was wearing a bracelet when she was killed. She was a participant just like us. Ba 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 ba.
Are you sure? This old woman, a player in the nonary game.
Why not? You have 10 Miojis in his crinkled old ass. Okay, is something wrong?
Oh, no. Nothing.
Okay.
If you're correct, then where did the thief hide the stolen bracelet?
That's a good question, and what did the bracelet say?
We were quite thorough during our earlier search. But I know that I saw nothing, and none of the others reported finding a bracelet either.
Then that means they've been holding on to it this whole time. They've probably still got
That would
it.
seem likely.
No, wait. If they'd been carrying it around, the sensors in the chromatic doors would have picked it up. Very good catch, Sigma! Without the right combination of bracelets, the secondary doors would have never opened.
So our suspect is not only a killer and a thief, but a skilled imposter as well.
What are you
After
saying?
killing the old woman, they put on her bracelet. In fact, it is entirely possible they are wearing it still. Yes, that would make sense.
How? I'm confused now. So the killer's running around with the old woman's bracelet?
Yes.
Oh, if it's not one of us, then yes, that makes sense. And you're telling me they're probably wearing
Correct. Do you remember what Zero Jr. told us? Something about how the bracelet will come off if the wearer's heart stops.
it? Right.
I don't recall the exact words, but in any event, once the old woman had died, her bracelet would have detached, allowing the killer to easily collect it.
Right.
So that they could participate in the nonary game, I imagine.
What?
I suspect the killer was someone who was not originally intended to be a participant.
But if they weren't originally intended to be participants, why did she have a bracelet?
For whatever reason, however, they were willing to go to great lengths to ensure that they were.
I also want to know what's under this blanket, and I'm not talking in a kind of like, adult manner. I'm talking about in a, I'm getting real suspicious of you manner.
To that end, they killed the old woman, who was one of the original participants.
Do you have it
took her
stashed
place.
somewhere under there? Oh, I see what he's saying. One of us in here was not supposed to be part of the nonary game. They killed her and took her bracelet and played. Kay would be my first choice because I'm pretty sure he's one of those golems. But we also pointed out that, like, I mean, we don't really know if he's human under there. We're kind of assuming so, but his suit is specifically made for the bracelet. So, like, I don't know how that would be a thing if he had to steal the bracelet to participate.
That?
If we did have the same thought. I mean, Dio would be the most likely to do any of these bad things, really.
I have no idea. Certainly they must have a goal of some sort. You would have to be mad to choose to come here.
I mean, it's a little interesting because if that is Akane, which we're kind of working under the assumption that he is, that she was Akane. Going under the assumption that Tenmyoji is Junpei, which I think is pretty much confirmed at this point. Having them both back in the Nonary game together would kind of make sense. Maybe? So it's like, who... Is it Clover? No. Because I feel like Clover and Alice are kind of tied together. Maybe Luna? Fi? Maybe, like, Fi wasn't a participant originally, or maybe she was Zero in another timeline and then came back and killed the old lady so that she could participate and fix something?
But as to what that goal is,
I've
and
all
how the
these
killer intends to achieve it,
crazy theories.
I'm afraid I do not have even speculation.
You think Fi or Luna is a golem? I mean, okay, so here's the only reason why I might be willing to go with that, Shay. He looks like he might be a golem. The golem specifically said that they make them so that you can put like a little flesh skin on them. He said normally they have like flesh skins on them. Or skin, you know, like coverings of flesh, and they look like a normal human and you can't tell the difference. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually not a golem and one of the other people are. Maybe the golem went rogue and killed her to be a part of the game. But if it's a golem, right, then it can't sense, then it has no heartbeat unless it has something that can replicate a heartbeat. So I don't know. So many questions. This opens up so many questions. And I love it. That's interesting.
Have you noticed
Telling
something?
me. Well, there's blood all over the lady's arm, except for right here. Since that's where the bracelet was, then the bracelet killer stole the... the bracelet the killer stole should have blood on it, correct?
Right.
But none of us is wearing a bloody bracelet.
Sigma, please tell me you're kidding. The killer would have, of course, wiped the blood off.
Well, yes, but...
Only a fool would walk around with a bracelet covered in blood.
Well, if we could find a way to maybe detect traces of blood, because you would have to, like, scour that thing. Well, Fi is obviously a time jumper. I feel like Fi knows what's going on and is trying to save this whole situation by jumping into timelines until she can find one that's gonna solve all this shit. So you're saying they killed
Yes.
it?
Have you discovered something?
The luminol. That's what I was talking about. I know. How do we can identify the killer? We just need some of that luminol. It doesn't matter how well they clean it. There should be some traces of blood left. That's what I just said.
I see.
You would have to scour that thing like crazy.
That could very well work.
Yeah, put out your wrists, everybody. Let me spray you.
We should have everyone gather in the rec room then.
If whoever it is, if it is one of these people, if they're dumb enough, they're probably gonna...
That is where the luminol was. I believe.
Shelties! Shelties is here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Shelties. Our chat mod is here being awesome. Hi, Shelties. I need to Phoenix write this shit. Objection! But Clark, we still got the infirmary and everything beyond the green door. Once we're done with that, we can head back to floor B to meet
Understood.
up with everyone else.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. I'm interested to see how this turns out. Yeah, that's a good point too, Shay, is that Luna has not been precise about exactly what kind of medical license she has. Oh, Shelties, I love you. Mama Shelties, can you please tell Shelties I love her? Get the freaking pointer out of the way. There's 3 doors here, too.
The same as what we found on the other side of the blue door.
Well, yes, Mama Shay, that's what I meant by the wrist, is I meant, like, hold out the wrist with the bracelet on it, and let me spray the bracelet. But it looks like 2 of them are already unlocked. Oh, this is odd.
So it does.
How is that possible?
The center and rightmost doors both say open.
Huh.
Perhaps the layout here is different.
Whatever. Let's take the door on the right first. Is that the one you come out of, or has somebody been messing around in here? Oh. The Golem Bay. We have not been to the Golem Bay with Kay yet. I'm telling you guys. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it happening. Oh! Well, he paid lots of attention to Luna because she thought she was hot. He said that to, I think it was Alice, too. We were in there with Alice and Luna. What is this
That
room?
looks like a workbench of some sort.
It's the Golem Bay. Maybe what sort of work? Well, we're here to find Quark, not looking at a workbench. You go check
Very
out the
well.
far end, alright? Yeah, you go over by the Golem and have an existential crisis about what you are. Nothing. He's not here either. The guy's gone! He's gone! Oh, right, no, they... Well, okay. So when we played through this, you can see that the safe is open. When we played through this, the guy was killed by Zero Jr. or whatever AI is running around. How's it going over here? Hey, can you hear me? Kay was bent over with his back, peeking underneath the thing that looked like a workbench. What the hell? I walked towards him as I spoke. Hey man, what's going on here?
Nothing.
I bent down to see he was staring at something that appeared to be a safe. It's empty.
Yes.
Was there something in there before?
No, it was empty when I found it.
Was it?
Yes.
Then what are you doing staring into an empty safe?
I was thinking. Specifically, I was thinking about who opened this safe.
Wouldn't that have been the team that went through the green door? I think that was Dio, Phi, and Clover.
No, that's unlikely.
What?
When we met up with Dio, he told us that he had been in the treatment center. The nameplate on this door says this is the Golem Bay, however.
So you're saying they didn't go here?
I believe that is the case. Which, as you can see, is why I was puzzled. If Dio, Phi, and Clover did not open this safe, who did?
Well, I think there's plenty of point to thinking about it, but okay. But we should get back.
Yes, and there was another unlocked door, wasn't there?
What reason do we have to trust Dio that his other teammates didn't object to him saying that? Yep, let's get moving then. Remember, we have two people who were there with him that could corroborate that story. Unless they weren't there when he said that. I don't quite remember when he said that. If he said it while we were alone without his teammates around, then I would say it would be worth finding, well, Luna's dead, but Clover, and being like, did you guys go to that room? So this is the treatment center.
This is the room that Dio visited.
Pod people. Don't you think that's kind of strange? Until now, the chromatic doors have led to a single room each. So why are there two rooms on the other side of the green
An
door?
excellent question.
We can talk to the others later, I guess, and see if they know anything. Kay and I split up, began to look for places where Quark might have hidden or small holes he may have escaped through. You know, I was kind of wondering this too because I thought that we were out of new puzzles going through the second round of chromatic doors, but then we had another one. What is going on? Oh, you guys boss battling? I'll join in. I love my little boss minigame.
They must be the treatment pods Dio mentioned.
The window's all covered with frost on the inside. I can't see it.
Shall we open it?
Yes, might as well. Have at it. Oh god, did they put something in here? Is Quark in here?
What?
We put Quark in here when we went through here. Did they put Quark in here and not tell us? Quark! Remember, we put Quark in here in the treatment thing the last time. Oh no, his brace... No!
Hold on, Sigma. Calm down.
Oh no!
Look at his chest. Can you see it moving?
What? They did to him what the idea that we had when we went through here last time, which was that anybody could come in here, freeze yourself, stop your heart, take the bracelet off, and then bring you back to life so that we could all take our bracelets off. We had this idea when we went through this room the first time. I quickly pressed the figure to corkscrew was fate, but a heartbeat was there. He's alive. He's alive.
What a relief. I'm so glad to know he's safe.
Somebody freezed him so that his heart would stop so they could take his wrist thing. I left out let it grab Kane and bear hug, or at least as much as one as I could manage. He patted me on the back and shared what I thought might have been a relieved chuckle. But if he's still alive, why is his bracelet off? Zero Jr. said it would only come off when you die.
Perhaps Zero Senior took it off?
What?
I
Why?
have no idea.
I was the only one who survived the first Reaper, was I? Last time? Was I? I don't even know. Oh, we just took down Zero! Appropriate considering what we're streaming. Then maybe Zero Senior brought Quark here and put him in a pod thing too. Well, even if he did, we won't have any way to know why.
This pod is for medical treatment. Perhaps Quark has contracted some sort of illness.
Radical 6! He's sick. What has he got?
How would I know that? In
Look
any
at the
event,
screen.
we should return and let the rest of our companions know that we found Quark. I imagine Tenmyoji in particular will be pleased.
Okay, could be Zero Senior. We could be Zero Senior for all I know. Yeah, I bet. Do you think you can carry him, or...?
No, I believe it would be best to leave Quark here.
That doesn't sound
As I
right.
mentioned, there is a chance he has fallen ill. If so, then removing him from the pod would be dangerous.
We already opened
The treatment he is
damn thing.
currently undergoing could be compromised.
Oh.
I'll close the pod's cover then. Is that all right?
Yeah, sure. Wait, I just thought of something. You sure he's gonna be
What do you
alright?
mean?
Well, what happens if he wakes up? Can he open that thing on his
He'll
own?
be fine. I noticed a lever inside that can be used to open the cover. So long as no one locks the pod, he should be able to leave whenever he wants.
But if someone locks him in, he's screwed?
Yes, that is what I said. But you needn't worry. You see, I have not engaged the lock. Now, we should return to the Floor B warehouse.
Somebody hasn't... Well, yes! That's the problem, Shelties, is that Quark had 9 after that last AB game. So whoever put him in there has the number 9 bracelet. So I would not be surprised if at any moment we hear that the 9 door is
I
open.
imagine the others are already there.
Right, yeah. Okay, let's go. I don't think they've caught on to that yet in game. That he was the only person that had 9 and now somebody has his bracelet. Well, I mean, even in the first game, there was only 1-0 in 999 technically. I mean, even Santa was like, "I'm not Zero. I'm just
You're
helping
late.
her out."
You're one to talk. How much earlier did you get back again? I'd be surprised if you searched at all. Yeah,
Sid?
Clover and Tenmyoji still aren't back.
So, find anything?
Yeah, we sure
Yeah?
did.
Well, go
Yeah.
on, spill it.
I explained to them how we found Quark in the treatment center.
I see. Well, that's good to hear.
Jerk, making us all worried.
There is more.
And that is?
There is still some cause for concern.
Just spit it out.
Do it.
Quark may have contracted an illness of some sort. As such, he has been left in the treatment pod.
Will he be alright?
Yeah, he'll probably.
Probably. Do you even...
Whatever, at least we found him. Pretty lucky he's alive, too.
What do you mean by that?
I mean what I said, genius. I'm glad he's not dead, aren't you?
As equivocal as ever, I see.
How kind of you to say so.
So, was
Goddamn
Quark all you
Theo.
found?
We're all 0, Shay.
The way you were talking made it sound like there was something else.
Yeah, I'll explain that after Tenmi, OG, and Clover get back. There's something I wanted to ask you about first, though. When you went through the green door, did you search 2 different rooms?
2?
No, just the treatment center.
I see. Okay, so he's saying the treatment center, and she is not objecting, so I assume they really did go through the treatment center. Then what was the
What
other
do you
one?
mean the other one?
You know where that intersection was with 3 doors? Well, when Kay and I went there, 2 of the doors were unlocked. You guys unlocked the one that went through the treatment center when you went through the green door. But the other one...
Who could have opened it?
Don't look at me. I told you, we only opened the one that went to the treatment center.
Could it have been Zero Senior?
I don't know.
So did you and Kay go through the other door? What
Yeah.
was in there?
Nothing
It
really.
appeared to be some sort of room for servicing something.
That doesn't make any sense. So what the hell was whoever opened that door looking for?
Who knows? We know.
Tenmyoji and Clover are running rather late.
They're dead.
Should we go and look
Calling
for
it.
them?
They're dead. They're dead as shit. They're dead. No, there's something I want to check first.
It's never easy with you, is it?
Well, let's get it over with.
They're dead. They're dead. They're dead. Whoever has the number 9 bracelet killed their asses. And we know that at the very least that it was not Kay because he was with us. Maybe the golem killed them. I don't know. Alright. We've been in this room too. This room was kind of a fun room.
This is the
Except
rec
for
room.
this bullshit puzzle that drove us crazy.
Dio and I came here earlier when we were looking for Quark.
So why are we here?
Was there something here you needed to see?
I said nothing and made my way over to the cabinet. Inside was the luminol. I reached in and pulled it out and headed to the light switch and flipped it. The room went dark and I headed back to where the others were still standing.
Whoa, what is this? You gonna start telling ghost stories or something?
Why? You scared of ghosts?
You're kidding me, right?
Then show me how brave you are. Stick out your bracelet. You too, Fi, please.
Our bracelets?
Yeah. I want to see the underside of
What do
them.
you mean by that?
I mean the side on the bottom. The side that doesn't have the display on it. Come on, you really gonna make me explain
I
this?
know what you mean. What I'm asking is what the hell you think you're...
Just do it. It's not hard.
Should I also participate?
No, you're fine, Kate. Whoa, why are we assuming he's fine? Whoa. Sigma, what level, he offered, what level of stupidity did you just fall into? Your bracelet is a little different from ours, but I'll join in just to make it fair. No, see, I would not count him out of this. There was a brief moment of hesitation before Dio and Fi stuck out their arms. I held mine out as well, wrist pointed upward.
This okay?
Yeah, just hold it like that for a moment. As fast as I could, I pulled the lumen off of my pocket and sprayed it across all 3 of our wrists.
Cold. What the hell, man?
Dio jerked his arm back with a shout. Don't see anything glowing. Fi's bracelet is clean, so's mine, of course.
That leaves only Dio.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'll explain in a minute. Show me your bracelet. Is something wrong? Just show it to me. Come on, Dio, we don't have time for
Why
this.
do I have to do what you tell me to?
Because I'm trying to prove your innocence.
Like hell you are. I don't know what you're looking for, but you're not gonna find it on me.
Then just show me your arm.
No! You don't get to order me around. I have rights.
Oh, Dio! As he spoke, Dio made a break for the exit. He didn't get far.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dio.
He spun around towards the other exit. Stop him!
Don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
All 3 of us left with Dio. Oh, we get animation of it! Yes! I knew it! His bracelet's glowing! Then that means...
Let me go! Get off of me, you fuckers!
Dio, you killed the old
No.
lady!
You don't understand.
Oh, really?
This is all some kind of a mistake. Shit.
What's going on here? I think it's about time you gave us the full story.
As quickly as I could, I explained to Fi what Kay and I had noticed on the old woman's wrist.
So the person with the bloody bracelet, would have to be the person who killed her.
Yeah, exactly. Even if they wiped it off, I figured the luminol would still react to the blood. Looks like I was right. I want to hear his explanation for this. We've got you, Dio. You might as well confess. Well? Come on, Dio. I want to hear it. I want to hear a confession, or I want to hear an excuse.
All right, fine. You caught me. I did it.
Wow! Dio!
I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wow! Dio, you killed Akane! Okay, so if there was anybody out there that didn't hate Dio yet, why?
Are you Zero?
No.
Now, I'm 99% sure he's not Zero from the other ending we had of him.
I was
when he
under
escaped.
orders. I was sent here to do something.
Oh, he doesn't want to talk about being a Scientologist. To do
Who
what?
gave you this order?
I'll die before I tell you.
So your orders were more important than Alice and Luna's lives?
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I killed the old lady, but that's it. I don't know anything about what happened to Alice and Luna.
That wasn't you?
Tread carefully, Sigma. This man is not to be trusted. He has already shown he is willing to lie and kill.
Come on, I'm telling the truth. You gotta believe me.
Even if we do believe you, you're still a killer. You just haven't killed as many people.
Exactly. He should be restrained somehow. If we leave him be, he may well kill again.
That's true. But where would we put
Is there a
him?
room we can lock or anything?
Ah, perhaps we could put him in one of the treatment pods. Once we've locked it, he should be unable to escape.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, wait! I'll be good, I promise.
Yeah, I think you're onto something, Kay. Let's go with that.
Come on, please.
Oh, let's
Hey,
please
listen to
lock
me.
him. We're gonna probably go in there and Quark's gonna be fucking gone out of the pod. We'll let you out when the white door's open. Someone's going to need your bracelet to open up the secondary door.
Don't fuck with me, you guys. There's no way in hell I'm going in that thing. Let go! Let me go! God damn it! I told you assholes to let me go! You can't do this! Stop! Stop! Please stop! Please! No, you can't! Ah!
Oh my gosh. Bye, bitch!
Open this fucking thing!
Oh, I'm so happy! Today's such a good day! Sometimes, guys, life treats you well, like days when you get to lock Dio in a
I
pod.
said open it, goddammit!
I don't think so.
You're gonna pay for this! When I get out of here, I'm gonna fucking end you!
So, I guess we figured out who the murderer was, and we found Quark.
Now all that's
He's
left to
still
do
there.
is find Clover and Tenmyoji.
Yeah.
Why don't we head back to the warehouse and start from there? They may have already returned.
Good point.
Let's go.
They're probably dead, though. He wanted to take his hat. I bet they're not here. I bet they're dead. I bet they're D-E-A-D dead. I still want to I still want to unlock that fucking... I have a feeling that only when we get to, like, the real, true ending are we going to be able to unlock that stupid, tombstone. Looks like they aren't back yet.
Perhaps they went to look for us.
Oh, man. Now we've got to go look for them.
How much time until the white doors open?
50 minutes.
Then I don't think we really need to hurry yet. Why don't we wait a little longer? For all we know, they're on their way back right now.
Kay and I nodded.
By the way, there was something I wanted to ask you guys about.
Oh, I have a feeling this is going to be monumental here.
Yeah. Quark's bracelet. When we found him in the pod, he wasn't wearing it.
Oh, she picked up on it before we
Why?
could tell her. How should I know?
Presumably, it had been taken off before we found him.
So we have no idea where it is.
Pretty much.
I see. That's not good.
Nope.
Without that bracelet, we won't be able to continue the game.
What?
We need 3 bracelets to open the secondary door.
Yep.
If we lose one...
No! We wouldn't be able to go through the secondary
Yeah.
door. Yep. Who would be pairing up with Quark?
Quark's bracelet should be a red solo. That would mean he'd be with the cyan pair.
Who's the cyan
Clover
pair?
and Tenmyoji.
The 2 people who are
Two
missing.
people who are missing.
Quark's bracelet is gone, and his 2 teammates have disappeared.
What's going on? That doesn't bode well for them, by the way. That makes them instantly suspicious. You want to fight, Draco? Don't you dare! I will end you. Who will be the victor? Yes! I beat your face! I love this new chatbot thing. I call hacks. No, there's no hacks. Does that mean Clover and Tenmyoji took the bracelet?
Well, if they found Quark before you did, yeah, there's a good chance they did.
It's not rigged. I set it up specifically so that it was not rigged. The only mini game that anybody has any kind of an advantage on is the boss battle. If you are a regular, which means you have 50 hours or more, you have better stats than a regular person. If you are a subscriber, you also have even better stats than that, which means you have a better chance of survival. Just because I thought that would be fun. It would be kind of like, you know, leveling up or whatever, but...
Perhaps they've already gone through the white door.
Every other game has a perfectly equal random chance for everybody to win. What? No, that's not possible. The primary doors haven't even opened yet.
Perhaps someone opened one of them. I don't know.
How?
But it's happened before.
What?
Remember the 3 doors on the other side of the green door?
Oh, yeah! Truth in advertising.
Someone made one of them open. Perhaps this is the same thing.
But that's against the rules.
Yes, I know. But if the person opening the doors is Zero Senior, do you really think the rules matter?
No.
Zero Senior controls the entire game.
But again, the obvious question is, why would Zero Senior do this if the whole point was for us to...
So are you saying Clover or Tenmyoji is Zero Senior?
It is a possibility. It would explain why they still haven't shown up.
Could they really have taken Quark's bracelet and gone through one of the white doors?
It's not rigged, Caleb. If they did, we won't know where they went until the doors open for the rest of us.
So I would assume.
Yeah, and when we saw that those doors were open, it was still unlocked, so this is all just speculation now. Maybe we should go look for them again. One of us can stay behind so we don't miss them if they come back.
I'll stay.
Sigma and I will go see if we can find them then.
Oh, goody.
Make sure you get back 5 minutes before the door opens, alright? Oh, and don't forget to bring Dio with you.
You'll be dead when we come back. Of course. Oh my god! Oh, guys! Oh, this is gonna end badly! Oh, I just realized something! Oh, guys! Oh god! The pod room! We left Quark there. But we left his we didn't lock his, we just closed it. If he gets out of the pod and he hears Dio banging in the pod, he'll let Dio out. And Dio will be like, the others locked me in here. I don't know what they're trying to do. They wanted to kill me. And he's gonna start fucking with Quark. This is bad. What if Quark lets him out? Guys, what if Quark lets him out? Oh god! Oh no! Oh no! Oh god, yes, this is the pantry.
So it would appear.
Oh god! Oh. Oh dear. I'm sitting there going, oh, he's out of the picture. And then I was like, oh, what a Quark was. Dio will be deado. We should have put him on ice. It looks like they're not here.
When we started looking for Quark, they were sent off to search everything beyond the red door, which would have meant this room.
Not gonna do us any good to hang around here, though. Let's head upstairs.
Very well.
Oh dear. Oh, I'm very worried. Oh, locking Dio in there was a bad plan. Or I should say locking Dio in there with Quark was a bad plan. Oh, Caleb and Shelties are going at it in an epic battle. I don't think you broke it. Uh-oh. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry. This game tends to crash when I minimize it, so I'm checking the bot. Hold on. Hold on one second. I'm gonna restart the bot for you guys, okay? Oh, nope, there it goes, okay. I don't know what level of, like, lag it was experiencing, but... Alright, Temio, you love scotch so much, I thought we might find him here drinking some. That's as good as idea as any. It was around the time that I noticed Key was acting. Okay. He was staring at the shelf of alcohol in a way that I could describe as blankly if I could have seen his eyes. Hey, what's up? You want a drink?
Oh, no. Well, I would enjoy a drink, but this mask...
Right. Sorry, that sucks. Honestly, I'd gotten so used to this suit, I kind of forgotten you were right. That tool! That weird tool! Didn't we find it in the Golem Bay's, safe? Because I'm pretty sure it's meant to go in that hole behind his head. Not much, Riki. Okay, so there was actually quite a bit. We found Quark in one of those, cryopods in the Med Bay area and found that his, bracelet was missing. And he has 9 points. So somebody has a bracelet with a way to get out. And then we also looked again at the old lady that was dead. And we saw that she had a strip matching the bracelet that had no blood on it. So we realized whoever killed her took her bracelet. So we took the luminol and we kind of cornered Fi and Dio and sprayed their wrist. And it turns out that Dio killed the old lady. We don't know that yet, Shay. Nobody knows her as Akane. We don't know that yet. So Dio killed the old lady, so we locked him in one of the cryopods to kind of keep him out of the way for a while. And now we're trying to find Ten, Miyoji, and Clover because they've disappeared. They're probably dead. She probably is Akane, but no, but we don't have confirmation of that yet. She's just the old lady. What the heck? Yeah. Why do you wear that thing?
Well, actually,
Oh, okay. Kay?
I did remember a little.
Oh, guys! Oh, my body is so ready. Tragic backstory, go, please.
Yes,
What did you remember?
my father.
Is this a typo or is this a joke?
Please, don't joke.
Okay, all right. It was on purpose.
This is serious.
Sorry. So you remembered who your father was?
Yes.
Quark is not dead. Luna is dead. Alice is dead. That's the only people we have confirmed dead for now, but I'm pretty sure Ten, Miyoji, and Clover are probably dead too. What about your mom?
I don't seem to have one.
Oh, so your dad raised you?
Well,
You're a golem. I'm telling you, you're a golem. Kay stopped for a moment, then calmly folded his hands in front of him.
I was raised in the facility where my father worked.
Oh my god! Do you guys see this right now? Are you looking at the same thing that I am looking at right now? What the fuck? Okay.
He was the only person who worked there, which meant he was the only person I saw until I was older.
Also notice he has the bunny.
That had been the situation for as long as I could remember, though, so I never thought it odd.
He wouldn't allow me to go near him while he was working, but the only times he wasn't working is the times that he was sleeping. As such, the only communication I had with the education software, was the education software he gave. I suppose I was a fairly expressionless child then. We developed body language to communicate with others, and with no one else to communicate with, I suppose it makes sense. Once I learned to read and write, I began to realize that my situation was not normal. Many of my books mentioned a mother as part of a family, and in several mother and father and children would eat meals together and talk to one another. Soon I found myself longing for a mother of my own. Someone who would always be with me, who would scold me if I did something wrong. At night, they would read to me before bedtime. If only I had a mother like that, I thought I would be so happy. So for the first time in my life, I asked my father for something. He'd finished working as usual and was making his way towards his bedroom when I stopped him and asked for a mother. He looked at me silently for a long moment before finally responding, "Okay, that's weird." I remember to this day how happy I was at that moment. A few months later, he called me into his laboratory. Uh-oh. Oh, he made you a mom! It was the first time he'd ever done anything like that. My heart was beating as quickly as I stepped inside. Sitting next to him was a young woman, and my hopes soared. But when he said her name, or rather her ID number, they were dashed. He'd given me a robot to play the part of a mother. I didn't want a mother that was just a machine who did what a human told her to. When I told my father that, he looked surprised for the first time in my life. Then he frowned, coughed, and admonished me for being a whiner. He never scolded me for anything before. At first I was surprised, then angry. Hot tears streamed down my face. Your oddly mechanical face. My father ordered the robot to take care of me and shooed us outside of his lab. The robot was very convincing, and she smiled and spoke as if she were a real person, but I refused to answer her and locked myself in my room. You can talk to a robot and it will respond. But in the end, you're still talking to a machine, not a person. If that was what I'd wanted, I'd still have the education software my father had given me. When I ignored the robot as it tried to take care of me, it looked sad. It couldn't really be sad, of course. It was only programmed to look that way. The robot's facade of sadness didn't mean anything to me. After that, I stopped expecting anything from my father. We never really spoke to begin with, so it was easy enough for me to make sure we never saw one another. I lived my life as if he didn't even exist. Perhaps it seems strange to you that I continued to live with him, but I never considered leaving. Perhaps in the hidden depths of my heart, I longed for a relationship with my father. Everything changed when I was 18. I left my room one morning to find a woman standing outside of it. She was the first human I'd ever seen apart from my father, and I was understandably surprised. For a moment, I thought my father had created a new robot, but when I told her that, she laughed and explained that she'd come to help him. As it turned out, she was a very mysterious person. She was much older than I was, but something about the way she behaved was almost girlish. She would tell me stories about the world outside in such a way that I was never sure if she was telling the truth or making up fantastic lies. Ultimately, though, the truth didn't matter. I loved her stories. She wasn't helping my father directly with his research, so I spent most of my days with her. Before long, I discovered she'd known my father when he was young. She told me stories of how he'd fallen in love as a younger man, and I began to imagine that the person he fell in love with had been her, and that she was, in fact, secretly my mother. After she settled in with us, our long-established routine began to change drastically. First, we started to eat together. Before then, I had never shared a meal with anyone in 18 years. She scolded me for my table manners, or more accurately, the lack thereof. If I was going to eat with others, she said I would need to be more polite. Having eaten alone for my entire life, manners had never been something I'd even thought about. My father got in trouble too when he made the mistake of reading through the research papers during dinner. The look of surprise and embarrassment on his face made me burst into laughter. I couldn't remember the last time I'd shared a laugh with my father. It might have been the first time. The room we considered our living room changed too. Before it had just been another room, but she made it comfortable. After we finished our dinner, I would sit on the sofa and relax with her and my father. Those times are the ones I cherished the most. I would assume that he would recognize Tenmyoji if Tenmyoji was his father. Is that what you're implying? For a little while every day, I got the family I longed for ever since I was a child. Or are you implying that Akane was the woman that came to help him? At her suggestion, I started to help with my father's research. She specialized in genetic engineering, and I discovered I had an interest in it as well. Time faded away, and I lost myself in research. Now that we were working and studying together, my father and I had a great deal to talk about. For the first time in my life, we began to speak with one another like a father and son. Whenever I impressed with him with something I'd learned, I felt a surge of happiness, and it drove me to study even harder. My days felt full, right, and meaningful, but most importantly, I was happy. Okay, we have a visual on the father. That looks like Snake's jacket? That looks like the elderly Akane lady. Possibly. Yeah, it looks like the outfit it looks like the jacket that Snake wore. They're totally serious, so I listened to curious what they were talking about. That was when I heard that she'd planned to give her life to achieve their goals. It was clear that she wasn't being metaphorical. She would have to die. I was in shock. The research I throw myself into would lead to her death? I asked my father to stop his research immediately. He refused to listen. She agreed with him. She told me that they'd been prepared for what she had to do since the day she came to our facility. My father had known about it from the beginning as well. Angry and disappointed, I began to investigate what exactly the research I'd been helping with was working towards. Perhaps I thought I could figure out a way to keep her alive. It does look kind of like Akane. I mean, the hair is not the same, but it does look similar. You also have to remember that this is when he was a kid, when he was 18. So you would have to figure that was before the events of 999, when Akane was, a young girl. She was in her 20s, her early 20s. So either old-ass Akane has been really time-jumping all over the place, or I don't know. So that's a little weird, but it looks like her. It looks like it's meant to give you the clue that this is supposed to be Akane. But if she was supposed to give her life, then was she alive for Dio to kill in this facility? That's the other question. Unless, again, she did some timey-wimey shit. I also learned that part of my own existence is just another part. I had been created to function as my father's spare. If he died during his research, I was intended to continue it in his place. I was stunned. Oh, parents. I was furious with my father and with her, and even with the research I'd poured myself into for 4 years. There was only one thing to do: destroy the facility and end my father's horrible research once and for all. I made plans to destroy the main reactor and with it the entire facility. My name was Cloud Strife, but she saw right through me. My father was livid and locked me in my room until his research was complete. All I could think of was how I might stop him. She did her best to convince me that I'd misunderstood, that everything would be fine. As much as I wanted to believe her, I remembered in the back of my mind that she'd been the one who pushed me to become involved in my father's research. Had that been an earnest desire to give me something to do with my life, or... Still, I couldn't bring myself to hate her. She had given me a reason to live. Even if she conspired with my father to mold me into his replacement, the warmth she'd shown me had been real. She made me feel as if I'd had a real family, and that was something I wouldn't have given up for the world. I pleaded with her to leave, but she quietly shook her head. There was someone very special to her, she told me. He had saved her life once, and she felt her death would help to repay that favor. My first instinct is it's Akane, and this research is about finding a cure for Radical 6 to try to save Tenmyoji/Junpei. But again, if this was supposed to kill her, how was she alive in the facility for Dio to murder? She would have liked nothing more than to marry him and live a happy, normal life together, but she couldn't. For his sake, she said, and for the sake of the future she had wanted, she was determined to see my father's research succeed. Guys! It's Akane and Snake. It's the brother and sister team. I'm calling it now. I realized then that she was the most important person in my life, that there was someone more important than me and hers. She tried to explain that beyond what we could see was a future where no one would have to die, but I refused to listen. Not Snake, I'm sorry. Santa. It's Santa. I'm fucking calling it now. She tried to explain that beyond we see was a future where no one would have to die, but I refused to listen. What good was a potential future to me? It was what I had now that I wanted. I couldn't stand to even think that she would give her life for a man I'd never even seen. So I shut myself off from the world. Perhaps that is why I lost my memory. Or maybe they wiped it so you wouldn't remember. Kay let out a deep, tired sigh.
I'm sorry. I lost track of time.
It's okay.
Not having any memories is less than desirable, but it could be argued that regaining them is almost more taxing.
So you remember almost everything?
No, the details are still indistinct, especially more recent events.
Huh?
Sigma, I'm sorry, but would it be alright if I laid down for a bit?
What's wrong?
I don't feel very well. It must be because I remembered so much so quickly.
Oh, he sounds so sad.
My head feels like it's going to explode.
They weren't married, Caleb. She was saying that she would have loved nothing for more than to go find her childhood love and marry him and have a life together. But she needed to work on this research to save him, aka Junpei. I think his father is Santa. And Akane was the woman that came to help. No, I would have loved nothing more than to stay and marry him as in her childhood friend.
Yes.
Are you okay?
I think I just need to rest.
Okay. Take as long as you need. I'll go look for Clover and Tenmyoji myself.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
That was why they never found her and Santa after the events of 999. I bet you she went real far in the future and saw the Radical 6 thing and realized that the two of them had to find some way to stop this, or Junpei and everyone else on Earth was going to die. Well, I guess I'd better get moving then. Let's see if we can review this so I can show you where... Oh, let's see. There was someone very special, she told me. She would like nothing more than to marry him and live a happy, normal life together. The man that was very special to her is what she was referring about going to marry. That's what she was talking about. So I guarantee you those two people are Santa and Akane. They're the brother-sister team working to save the future from the past. I stepped out of the room and nearly ran into Fi. Well, what are you doing? You're supposed to be waiting back in the warehouse.
Yeah, I know. I just decided to go check on you guys. I waited a long time and nobody showed up. Judging by your face, you haven't found them either. Damn.
Nope.
Where's Kay?
He's in the
You
lounge.
decided to split up?
Well, not quite. Instead of waiting for my answer, she opened the door to the lounge and walked in. He's either going to be gone or dead. In that time we took to have this 2-second conversation, he's gone or dead.
What's up with him?
I guess he's not feeling too well. He said he wanted to rest for a
Is he
bit.
alright?
I think so. We should leave him alone right now, though. Remember, there's a real person inside that suit. I'm sure he's just tired.
Tired, huh? How are you feeling? I feel tired just looking at you. Your face is like a week-old sock.
Really? Well, I guess I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little exhausted. I mean, all of a sudden I was trapped in some weird-ass game and then dead bodies start turning up. Honestly, I'm amazed I managed to hold on to my sanity for this long. Just about everything here makes absolutely zero sense. But I get it. The more I try and figure any of it out, the more I feel like my brain's just gonna melt and run out of my ears. You know what I'm talking about, right? We managed to figure out who the killer was, but there's still 100 other questions that we have no idea about. Where the hell are we? Why are we even here? What's this whole notary game thing for? And what is Zero Senior up to? Hell, how about who Zero Senior is? The rabbit said he was one of us, but... Do you think it's Dio?
Who knows?
Besides, we still don't know why Dio killed them. He said he was ordered to do it, but... Well, not them! I mean, we're assuming he killed all three, but I kind of believe him when he said he didn't kill Luna and Alice. And there's more too. What about the old lady? Who is she? What's her deal? How would are any of our deals? I don't know jack shit about anybody here. I don't even know anything about you, Fi.
Are you serious? You can't honestly suspect me, can you?
No, that's not
I'm
it.
just like you. I was kidnapped on December 25th and brought here too.
She trailed off. You heard that, right? Were those gunshots?
It came from the hallway.
Those gunshots? Or were those footsteps? Are there guns involved now? I guarantee you it's Dio. I guarantee you he got fucking Quark to let him
There's
out.
nobody
and
here.
He killed everyone. He killed Quark, he killed Clover, he killed Tenmyoji. Guarantee you. Maybe they got on the elevator.
Let's try hitting the button. If the door doesn't open immediately, then we'll know the elevator's downstairs.
Truth. Yep. Yep. Little K did have that rabbit. That's true. Maybe Zero Senior is his dad. Let's go. Maybe Zero Senior is Santa. Maybe Zero Senior is all of us. Maybe there's a little bit of Zero Senior inside all of our hearts. I have no idea. Oh gosh. Which way? Where do you think they went?
Let's just head for the green door.
Why?
Because the treatment center's there. That's where Dio and Quark are.
So?
You aren't worried? I just want to make sure they're safe.
They're either gone or dead. Tenmyoji or Clover probably made that noise. Well, maybe both of them. But I don't think they hurt Quark or Dio.
Are you sure?
Huh?
Dio admitted to killing the old woman, but he still insists that he didn't kill Alice or Luna.
if he admits to killing the old lady in front of Tenmyoji might actually kill
What if he's telling the truth?
him. Are you serious? You're gonna believe
Doesn't
him?
matter. I just want to know if they're safe. No harm in being careful.
Alright, fine. If I say no to your theory, Shay, it's just because I don't agree with you. It doesn't necessarily mean it's wrong. I just don't agree with you. When we headed back to the first pod, I cracked open the top and lifted it back. He's either dead or gone. There was Quark sound asleep.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
But Dio's gone.
I was probably getting worried for nothing. How about Dio?
Wouldn't it be funny if K was Zero Senior and then he forgot the whole game he set up? That'd be terrible. I guarantee you he's out. He's gone. Somebody killed him and left his bracelet. What the hell?
Check his pulse.
He looks like he was strangled or suffocated. He's gripping at his throat. It was pointless to check his pulse. He was obviously dead, but I did it anyway. Yeah, he's dead.
Look,
Oxygen level 0. Yeah, it's like he's suffocated. Status.
the oxygen level for his pod says 0%.
Then that means he is asphyxiated.
Someone must have
Why?
tampered with the pod and lowered the oxygen levels.
Who? Maybe Quark.
Look, we should go tell Kay about this. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, Kay's gonna probably be dead too by the time we get there. Without waiting for me to follow, Fi turned and ran off. I took a deep breath and followed. I assume everybody's gonna die, by the way. That's always my assumption. Because literally, we had that one ending. That's my favorite ending so far, by the way, was the one where we walked into the infirmary and literally everybody was dead in a pile on top of each other. That was great. Guy and I burst into the lounge and ran up to Kay. Kay, wake up. Something's happened. He didn't move. I grabbed him by the shoulders and shook. He twitched and quickly sat up.
What is it?
Was it the I don't think it was the Culver good end. I'm pretty sure that was a bad end. We explained about how we'd found Dio dead and how it looked like he had died of asphyxiation. It appeared that someone had reduced the oxygen level in his pod to 0.
What? But why? I thought that Dio was the one who killed the old woman, Alice, and Luna. Then who killed him, if he was the murderer?
The only people who could have done it are Clover and Tenmyoji.
There's also Quark.
What? No! That's impossible! Are you suggesting Quark woke up, opened his pod from the inside, which we know is possible, I don't know why you're shocked at that, killed Dio, and then went back to
No,
sleep?
I'm just saying that strictly speaking, it's a possibility. So just, you know, take it into consideration.
Well,
Was it the good end? Because she was also dead. Maybe it was.
in
I
that
don't know.
case,
These
fine.
endings are weird.
I hate to say it, but doesn't that mean that you could have done it?
Yeah, no, you know what, Rhea? I think you're right. Yeah, because I think that was the one where I was like, I don't understand how this is a good end, but we learned some important information. Yeah. I believe you guys are right.
Me?
Yes. You could have done it any time after Sigma and I left the Floor B warehouse.
That's true.
Don't give me that. I was waiting for Clover and Tenmyoji to show up. They never did, though, so I got impatient and went to find you guys. Then I bumped into Sigma in front of the lounge.
She went on to explain about the sound we heard.
I see. So you heard something. Then perhaps it is likely that Clover and Tenmyoji were at fault.
Were the two of you together the whole time you were investigating?
Yes, we were.
You never split up or anything?
Nope.
In any event, we don't have a great deal of time to discuss it.
That is true, Shay. You are absolutely correct. It is impossible to strangle yourself to death. Crap. We've only got 7 minutes until the primary doors open.
Alright, let's get back to the Floor B warehouse. Maybe Clover and Tenmyoji are already there.
How many times are we gonna say maybe they're already there?
Where is Dio's bracelet?
His what?
Huh?
You didn't take it? Dio was a green solo.
That's
Phi
right.
and I are the magenta pair.
Shit.
Oh,
Right.
You need him.
Without
That's
Dio's
right.
bracelet, we won't be able to open the secondary door.
I fear not.
Then we need to hurry. We'll drop by the treatment center on the way and grab the bracelet. It's gonna be gone by the
All
time we
three of
get
us
there.
don't need to go.
11 out of 10.
You two go on ahead. I'll get the bracelet.
Girl, the look I'm giving you right now should show you that I'm not believing any of your shit.
Alright,
Oh, one other thing. I need to give you these.
Right, this is for us. The yellow pair bracelets with these Alice Lunas.
Yes. Without these, you would be stuck. So, here you are. Please, take them.
Thank you. I grabbed the bracelets and shoved them into my pocket.
alright, let's get going.
Well, he wasn't frozen, Caleb. He was just suffocated to death. It looks like they left him locked in there and just turned down the oxygen. Shit. They're not here.
Maybe they did go through the door, like Kay said.
With Quark's bracelet?
Or...
Or what? Oh, come on, man. You better not give me that maybe they're already dead crap. I got enough of it from Dio. Well, you got it from me, too. You've got to be kidding me. This isn't funny, Phi. If you're right here, then you, Kate, Quark, and I are the only people still alive in here.
Hey, lay off. I want to believe they're alive, too. But
We heard a noise and turned. It's gonna be Clover and Tenmyoji. Oh no, that sounds yeah, that's
I
him.
apologize
The
for
jingling.
keeping you.
did you get Dio's bracelet?
Well,
It was gone, wasn't it?
technically, yes, but...
Huh?
Best you just see it. This is what I found in Dio's pod.
What?
Oh. Oh. What the hell?
I assume whoever murdered Dio did this.
Whoever murdered Dio didn't want me, didn't want Sigma getting through the next set of doors. But why? There's
I can't say
I'm not,
for
no, I'm
sure.
sorry, didn't want I'm thinking wrong. Didn't want Phi and Kay to go through the next set of doors.
But if I were to guess,
I'm getting to see, this is why I wanted to write down the colors. Because now I'm getting all confused.
Chromatic doors have opened.
I don't know if the body's position was really, I think the body's position was more just put that way video game wise to just show that he had suffocated.
5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
It's not a muscle relaxant. It numbs your respiratory system so your body just doesn't breathe.
with a bracelet like this, I doubt we can get past the secondary door.
If you're talking about the stuff in our bracelets,
That means Kay and I will...
Oh no. Shit. You're gonna...
When the time comes, those 3 doors will automatically close.
If anyone is left outside after they close, they'll be penalized.
But I feel like learning Kay's past is a big part of this. And learning that Dio was the one that murdered the old lady. That's another big part of this.
I see. That's what they wanted. Whoever killed Dio wanted to use the game to kill me and Kay. That's why they broke the bracelet.
I think so. It makes the most sense.
So are we gonna go on without them? Shelties. I love this end because Dio suffocated to death after locking him in a pod. That's why I love this ending. Shelties, there is nothing better than the broom closet ending. The broom closet ending is my favorite ending of all time. How can you be so calm? In 5 minutes you're gonna be...
Go on ahead, Sigma. You have those bracelets Kay gave you, right? You should be able to get through the secondary door with those. So just...
Fuck that! You know I can't just ditch you guys like
but
that.
But if you stay here, you'll...
You think I don't know that? But what kind of a monster am I if I just leave you here to die? Ugh, God damn it! This is bad. What was I going to do? Also, working under the assumption that Clover and Tenmyoji are dead. I'm the only one that's left? And then if I need, like, Quark's bracelet or something, if I get paired with him after the next AB game, then I'm really fucked too. Because we don't know where Quark's bracelet is. Or if we get paired with Dio next time, that's also bad. I needed to calm down. Just calm down. Calm down and think. There had to be a way to save them. Oh, those are memories from other storylines. Oh, those are memories from other storylines.
Called Soparil Beta. The other is a muscle relaxant called tubocurarine.
Okay, they are considering it a muscle relaxant.
The bracelet also has a bunch of needles on the inside. If you break the rules, those needles hop out and inject you.
Shay, I love you. Did you get the broom closet ending?
My brother told me about that.
Oh, we remember this from the other storyline!
Neostigmine is a type of cholinesterase inhibitor. That means it's sort of an antidote for tubocurarine.
Right.
I knew it!
Because we remember this from the other storyline, we can go get the cure, and then when it injects them, shoot them up with the cure.
Give it back! I found it, so it's mine.
Oh, achievement unlocked to each according to his needle. What? Of course, the antidote.
The antidote?
I didn't have time to explain. I took off running towards the exit. Use that meta-knowledge. Use that meta-knowledge. Run, run,
Sigma,
run, run, run.
Where are you going?
Stay here. I'll be right back. I bolted out of the warehouse towards the treatment room. Oh god, I hope it's still there. I'm praying it's still there. Oh my god, you guys. But there was also only enough in there for one person. There's only enough in there for one person. I think Dio put it in his pocket. Come on. You still have it? So I was pouring down my face, but didn't have father to wipe it off. There wasn't time. But I forgot to make this coat until... Yes! Oh. There's only one dose. That's right. The injection gun used the whole bottle at once. Shit. Can't save both of them.
1 minute
Oh,
remains
shit.
until chromatic doors close.
There is the IG replicator, but we don't have 1 minute to go replicate more. Shit. I spun around and shot out of the treatment center. Because here's the other problem, is we could wait until after the next room.
3, 2,
But they'd be dead already, 1. And 2, if we don't get in that door, then we die.
chromatic doors closing.
Wow, my medicine alarm went off as soon as the chromatic door alarm went off. That's not creepy at all. Hold on 1 second, guys. Excuse me. Time out for just a moment. Unless time travel bullshit. Unless we travel back in time. That's the only problem with, like, time travel plots, is that, like, every time something happens and you're like, but how did that happen? Then you're just always like, oh, time travel. It becomes the excuse for everything. Well, we're all dead. No, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh dear.
Sigma.
There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. So we are going to die in this ending, but this information that we got is what's going to be important. My legs began to wobble. They gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor. Asleep. I had to give them one of them the antidote before my bracelet injected me with the tuberculin. With every ounce of strength I could muster, I forced my eyes back open. Okay, so this is interesting. Kay fell down too, which makes me think that maybe there is a person in there, unless his bracelet is meant to quote-unquote deactivate him like a robot. If he's not a golem, I don't know. Now I'm not sure if he is a golem. In my right hand, I can feel the injector go into precious cargo. I could only pull the trigger once. What was I going to choose, Phi or K? What was I thinking? There was only one answer. Phi. I didn't even have a choice. After all, K's entire body was covered. Yeah, oh, you know, I feel stupid. I didn't think about that. How are you going to inject it in K? Really? I'm sorry, K. I summoned up as much energy as I could and dragged myself towards Phi. After what felt like an eternity, I was finally within arm's reach. No time to waste, I pressed the gun to her arm and pulled the trigger.
Sigma, what the hell did you...
I injected you with neostigmine. It's a type of... Oh god, are we gonna really throw off this shit? It's the antidote to the muscle.
Why did you pick me?
Because I can't use the injection gun, okay? It'd never get through the
Then
metal.
why didn't you inject yourself?
Guess you got a point. Honestly, it didn't even cross my
You're
mind.
the biggest idiot on the planet.
Hey, come on. Is that the kind of thing to say to somebody who's about to die? How about something more tender?
No. Screw this. I don't want to live if it means being in debt to you. No goddamn way. I'm not gonna...
Words started and slowed and her eyes fluttered closed. She wasn't dead, of course. I could hear the faint sound of her breathing and see her chest rise and fall. Good, Phi's gonna be alright. Okay. I looked over in his direction. That was when I noticed it. We've seen this before, but open. Yes, we've seen this before. There's a hole in the back of your head. It's like you research something. It says open.
You could open up the suit and take the mask off.
Then Oh, it's on open. He took his helmet off. Or someone else took his helmet off. How he got it really didn't matter. What did matter was that Kay had been able to remove his armor. I told you I thought we found the key inside the Golem Bay's, we found the key inside the Golem Bay's, safe. And remember, we left it there because we thought it was useless. So I bet the other team that was in there left it there, and he found it and picked it up and took off his own suit. And he had. Holy shit. Then that would mean Dio's killer is... I coaxed as much strength as I could from my increasingly lethargic body and crawled towards Kay. Kay, wake up! Come on, talk to me! I grabbed his shoulder and shook him until he finally shuddered and spoke.
Sigma.
I just needed to know one thing. Did you kill Dio? You weren't sleeping, were you? After I left, you took off your armor. You didn't want to go through the same way I had, so you took the other door. After you went the long way around the warehouse and the crew quarters, you headed for the elevator. About to defy, we went back to the lounge to check on you. We saw you, or we saw your armor, I guess, but by then you would have been out of it. While we were in the lounge, you went to the treatment room and killed Dio. You must have turned off the oxygen for his bottle, or you probably didn't stick around to make sure he died. I'm betting you were in a hurry to get back before Fine Eye noticed something was up. Once you got back to floor A, you needed to lure us out of the lounge, so you made a noise in the hall Of course! Then you ran around and took the long way back to the lounge so you could enter through the rear door. That's pretty fucking brilliant. Okay, why? Oh man. Once you were there, you put your suit on and waited for us. As soon as we found Dio's body, we did exactly what you'd expected. Okay, wake up. Something's happened. You pretended to wake up very disoriented and confused. Okay. Come on, Kay. I'm almost out of time. Did you kill Dio?
Yes.
Kay! Oh, God. I'm upset, but I'm also really proud of you because I hate Dio so much.
Your reasoning is correct. I killed him.
Why?
Because I couldn't forgive him. He took the life of someone very important to me.
The old lady! He admitted to killing the old lady, and when he got his memory back, he realized that the old lady, Akane, was the woman that he had felt like was a mother to him.
I couldn't.
That confirms that Akane is definitely the old lady, and I'm pretty sure that his father was Santa.
The old woman.
What?
She was like mother to me. She showed me how to see meaning in my life.
Wait, are you saying
Yes, I am.
maybe his father is Zero Senior?
She was the woman who came here when I was 18.
Whoa, hold on. What do you mean here? Okay.
Sigma, unfortunately, we are out of time. There's something I have to tell you. I made a promise that you would hear it. Do you understand?
Yeah, so we can take it to another
This is-
timeline.
Very
Yes,
important.
I get it.
You must pay attention.
Tell us.
Cannot forget.
Yet. He wasn't making sense. I was about to die. How on earth would I be remembering anything for more than a few seconds?
If you see a lion with 2 heads devouring the sun,
We've seen that.
remember
The password to the
these
computer.
letters.
The password to the computer. The password to the computer. The password to the computer. Oh my god, guys.
Milkevoli.
Milkevoli.
The second gate.
The second gate. What the hell? We gotta go back there in another timeline and put that in. Hey, Kay, who told you to tell me this? No, who are you? Show me. Show me who you really are. I grabbed a hold of Kay's mask and tore it off. We're gonna die before we see it. We're gonna die. What? No, that's impossible. That face. It's... Alright. He is actually Sigma and we are Gollum. I'm calling it. He is the real Sigma and we are Gollum. And I only say that, well, I mean, we're both dying. I don't know how that's possible. Maybe the Golems are Sigma clones? I felt a sharp pain in my left wrist and my body collapsed unceremoniously. Second drug. Supercurine. My vision began to blur and my head felt unnaturally heavy. The world faded away and my consciousness slipped down into the cold, dark waters of nothingness. Or maybe that was me dressing up, trying to go to another me, to tell me stuff to take to another me. I don't know, guys, but I will tell you that that was the good K ending. What even is life right now, guys? What even is life? Ah! Wow, game. You know, you're so fucking Japanese. I can't even. This game is so unbelievably Japanese. That's the only way that I can really pronounce, like, I can really explain it. Through the looking glass. Get it? Because he looked just like us. Yeah, such is the good K ending. It's good because we got the information we needed. Okay. 2 trophies should have been obtained through the looking glass and to each according to his needle. Correct. Alright, here we go. Using your flowchart. I love that it says that. Using your flowchart. Should this be the us ending then? I don't even know how to fucking say that. What is... Oh, that's the block that we got past. Yeah, this was also a story block. Which I think makes sense. Because, yeah. I don't know. I think maybe it's a story block because by saving Fi might have heard our conversation and Fi could take that into another storyline and tell us about it? Or use that information for her own stuff? The Sigma ending. Okay. Using your flowchart, jump back to the door choice after clearing the elevator and go through the cyan door. Okay. Magenta door. Alright. I'm just gonna go back here just for completion's sake. We're going through the cyan door. And we're gonna go through the cyan door with Alice. And we have to go through the crew quarters again. So let me go back to my crew quarter answers and see if maybe I can still figure them out. Here they are. Oh, hi, Duck Game for Life. I don't think we got the username. No, I think that might have just been the password. Oh, you know what, Riki? Riki, you might... You know what? Riki, I just looked at the walkthrough and you are correct. This is story block number 4. So you know what? I bet we could go back to right before the story block, maybe? Because what choices did we make here? Crew after escape. Maybe round 1. Ally. Yeah, I can save myself a lot of time this way because this is what I did blind. Correct. Into the colored doors. Into the garden. Correct. Then story lock number 4. Except now we have this information, we shouldn't run into the story lock. There isn't enough antiviral medication. Lock number 4. Alright, so we should be able to jump here and get through this story lock now then. Good call, Riki. Yeah, so this is when, This was a first storyline that we did just to refresh you, because this one I remember very clearly where we found this area, and we were talking about her being the real Alice, and then Quark got sick, and Alice took the scalpel from him without us realizing, and then she went crazy, and then we realized we could only cure one of them, and then it ended and said that we had a story block. Okay. Let's stop it here and go from here and see what happens.
Respiration, blood pressure, brain waves, everything's normal. According to these readings, he's in a very deep sleep.
No, we injected him with, well, no, we injected him with the Soparil. Yeah, maybe now we can, now that we know that where that IG replicator is, we can make enough for the both of them. Alright, I guess we're good for now.
What about the anesthetic? How long will it last?
He shouldn't wake up for a few hours.
That's what I'm going to assume is going to happen, Riki.
Man, he sure was strong for such a little guy.
I think that might be the virus's fault. It probably attacks the part of the brain that governs reason. Without anything to hold it back, his body was using every ounce of strength it had.
Yeah? How do you know?
Yes, the skip feature only sells when we find new dialogue, but I just want to kind of go through this so we can refresh our memory as far as what is going through our heads at this time.
Oh, well,
How much do you know about this Radical 6?
Oh, not much. I probably know about as much as you do. All I've seen about it is that newspaper.
Oh, the blocks are basically, we got stopped doing this storyline because we didn't have enough meta information. Like, we didn't know where the IG replicator was at this point. The IG replicator is past the next set of doors. So, we're gonna have to, what I assume is gonna happen here, and I could be wrong, is we're going to have to put, well, we have Quark to sleep, we're gonna have to put Alice to sleep too, and wait until we find the IG replicator to make more, and then cure everybody? Something of that nature? I don't know.
Why would I lie about that?
Because
I've seen other viruses do the same thing. I was just making a guess.
Scientologist Drea.
So when Quark tried to kill himself, are you saying that was because of Radical 6 too?
Yes, at least I think so.
So what kind of virus is Radical 6? Alright, this is... Alright. Now I'm just getting into... Alright, here we go. This is when she went crazy. Wait, Alice! We were all too stunned to even try to restrain her. We just stood there. She spun around and leapt through the door. Damn it. I shook myself and took off after her. Those few moments of hesitation have put too much distance and too many doors between us. This is about when it locked us out. Shit, which way did she go? Right? Left? I I was still trying to decide when everyone else poured out of the infirmary.
You lost her.
Yeah, I don't know which we should
Well,
go.
let's split up and look. Quickly. She can't have gotten too far.
Right.
Look, if you find her, it's probably best not to shout or anything. Just do your best not to provoke her.
Alright, going through here. Looking everywhere for her. We've done all this. Right, we found her in the garden. We brought her here. The Excelivir. Here we go, guys! IG equals immunoglobulin.
Do you know what immunoglobulin is?
Or immunoglobulin, whatever.
It's another name for antibodies. Some people have antibodies that can fight off Radical 6.
IG replicator. This is from the previous game.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff.
So it's like a copy.
Yeah. Probably copies IG, or whatever that is.
It copies
Who
antibodies.
Ice cream by the gallon?
Oh, this was the part of the game where like Clover went like full psycho and was just like, I'm gonna be the most useless, crazy person ever. That's it. I've got it. The IG replicator in the laboratory. It's an immunoglobulin replication machine.
What?
Oh, achievement unlocked. If I told you you had a nice antibody. Really, game? Really, game? Well, you know what? That line's gonna work because I'm gonna hold that terrible joke against you. It can copy immunoglobulin antibodies. Luna just said Excelivir is made from antibodies. That means we can make more Excelivir.
Hold on a moment. There is a strange device in the laboratory that says IG replicator on it. Clover and I examined it thoroughly when we were in that room.
We've broken through the block, guys! Yay! I'm excited.
Yeah. We never could figure out what it did, though.
Exactly. My question is, how do you know about it, Sigma?
Well, this is a story all about how you're me and I'm from somewhere else and she's been around at different times and I've seen you all die and I'm the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I saw it when I was in the laboratory.
When was that?
Would you believe in the previous
Probably when
timeline?
you were looking for Alice, right?
No, deal was wrong. I hadn't gone into the laboratory when I was looking for Alice. I didn't think I'd ever been to the laboratory. So how did I know about the IG replicator?
If what he's saying is true, then we should be able to duplicate the Excelivir. That would mean we could cure Alice and Quark.
I would also make another one just for safekeeping personally, but
Let's go have a look then. The laboratory,
just
right?
don't give it to Dio. He'll smash it on the ground.
Yeah. No time to waste.
Yeah, this game does love putting puns in the game, especially as the names of their achievements. We all nodded. Wait, we can't leave them here all alone. Luna, do you think you could stay behind and look after them?
Oh, of
You
course.
definitely won't wind up dead after you do that.
I'd be happy to.
Alright then, let's go. That is true. In the Clover ending, I think the only people that were missing was Kay, and there was somebody else that was missing too, Quark. Kay and Quark were the only two that were not in that big pile of dead bodies. They were the only two missing. But I feel very weird now that apparently Quark is awesome VR Quark, or also apparently Kay's voice is what we sound like, which I'm fine with that because I'll be honest with you, I have a thing for voices. He has a really nice voice. Just saying. Potassium, yes. But I still think one of us is a golem. Or maybe both.
So this is the lab, huh?
If anybody's the golem out of the two of us, it's me. I think. It's Sigma, because I feel like he has the memories.
Yes.
Which, by the way, the achievement for his, they should have had an achievement for his ending called "Thanks for the Memories." But
Who's this IG replicator thing?
I'm just saying, I can make puns too. What was the one that we got for his? It was a pun. Through the looking glass. I guess because he looks just like us. Yeah, I think it's definitely us. Yeah, Shay, consume too much of K and it can be very deadly. That is true, Shay. See?
So this can copy the Excelivir?
I think so.
What are we waiting for?
Correct, Vicky. That's what I mean. I'm calling the character that we are playing Sigma to differentiate him from K, because I don't want to start referring to K as Sigma just because we think he's the real Sigma, because then it just gets confusing. Don't rush me. And Shay still thinks Luna is a golem too, which I think if before this, Shay, before this happened, I would have bet 100% that Luna was the golem. But I think because he has our face, one of us has to be. I mean, there could be multiple golems. Luna could also be a golem. We could all be golems. I have no idea. I carefully lowered the small vial of Excelivir into the slot on the other side of the machine. An empty vial already protruded from the other side. Presumably that was where the duplicated Excelivir could go. Ready? When I push this button, it should...
Skip it. Just press the damn thing.
Right. And pressed. Did it work?
Have a look. The empty vial has something in it now.
And the vial Sigma used remains as it was. It does not seem to have lost any of its contents.
So, it worked?
Would have been pretty bad if it hadn't.
Alright, let's get this thing back to the infirmary. I reached in and pulled both vials from the machine, intending to slip them deftly into my pocket.
What happened?
Sorry. My hand slipped.
You dropped one of them?
Yeah, just one though.
What in the hell? What if you'd broken it, you idiot?
Come on. If it had broken, then we could have just made another copy. Before Tenmyoji could reply, Fi spoke.
Guys?
I was surprised to hear a voice coming from near my feet. I looked down to see her staring intently at something beneath the... It's a bomb! It's another bomb! It's another bomb!
It did break!
No, the vial's fine.
Oh, it's another bomb! I'm calling it.
See?
She held it up in one hand but didn't move her eyes.
Then what the heck is going on down there?
Take a look.
Is it the number one bomb? Because I have the diffusing code for that. The rest of us went down to look. It's bomb number 2. Oh shit!
Whoa. Really?
So we've seen bomb number 3 and bomb number 2, and we have the code to disarm bomb number 1 somewhere in my notes.
That makes 2 then.
Right, we saw the bomb in this storyline as well. We saw the bomb number 3 in this line.
Guess Kay was right after all.
So there were more bombs.
So it would seem.
Was this here when you guys came through the first time?
No, it was not.
I don't know if he looked. I would assume he looked underneath. Whoever went in here anyway would have looked underneath. Which means somebody else, someone set us up the bomb.
Yeah, I didn't see anything, and I looked real hard.
We cannot survive, make our time. Listen, if you acted in this storyline with whatever group you came in here with, the way that you did when we went in here, you were fucking useless.
Then somebody must have said it while we were looking for Alice.
Bomb 1 could be the very last one we find, Draco. That's a possibility.
Who the hell would do that?
I mean, Ricky, we know they have the potential to act and look like normal people, which is why I would assume that we are probably, like, Sigma is probably a golem replicating K, who's the real Sigma. But we could all be freaking machines for all I know. We were all out looking for Alice. It could have been any one of us.
No, not any of us. I was back in the infirmary. Quark was still out, so I was keeping an eye on him.
So we shouldn't consider you a suspect. Is that right?
Yeah, Quark's off the list too.
But Tenmyoji, you have no proof that you spent the entire time in the infirmary, do you?
What?
You could have quietly made your way to the laboratory, planted the bomb.
That's insane! Listen to yourself! There's no way in hell I'd have left Quark all by himself to go plant a goddamn bomb!
Tenmyoji was still staring furiously at Kay when Clover spoke up.
Hey, what's this thing?
I turned in time to see her grab something from under the table.
It looks like a memory card.
Oh, we could go back to the infirmary and put it in the television! Oh, I love the memory cards. They make my life so happy.
Where was it?
Right under the bomb. It was down on the floor under the table.
Could it have been put here by the same person who set the bomb?
Zero Senior,
There was nothing like it here when we examined this room.
Do you think he dropped it accidentally?
Unless it was left here intentionally, yes, I imagine so.
What do you think's on it?
Let's take a look. Could I see it for a minute?
Yeah, I guess so.
I plucked the card out of her hand and looked around the room. Nothing. Shoot, no dice. We'll need to plug it into something that can read memory cards, but I don't see anything
So
here.
what do we do?
It's in the laboratory. We know this too. If I knew I'd be doing it. Or somebody else that was in the laboratory has to be speaking about it.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, if no...
Guys, I think maybe we should get back to the top floor.
Yeah, you're right. We've got what we came here for.
What should we do about the, bomb?
I guess leave it alone.
Not much we can do except leave it here.
Yeah.
Alice said it'd be dangerous to touch them.
True, but
Drop it. We can talk about the bombs later. Right now, we need to take care of Alice and Quark.
Right. So we'll go back to the infirmary, give them the Excelivir, and then head back to the Flore warehouse.
Right.
Except I feel like you guys were stupid and
This
not
ought to
making
do
a
it.
third thing of Excelivir.
It might take a little while, but they should recover.
Because now we have no more if we get infected again. Her voice was quiet as she backed away from Alice and Quark. In her hand was the injection gun. She carefully removed the empty vial and placed it gently in the cabinet with the other one. While we were in the laboratory, Luna had moved Quark to a crude cot. They both looked peaceful as they slept. The madness I'd seen on their faces before was completely gone.
Are they really going to be all right?
Yes. The analysis I did on the vials confirmed that the duplicate was real Excelivir. The original was genuine too, of course. Now that they've been treated,
it's only a matter of time before the virus is eliminated.
I believe so, yes.
Well, let's hope that they wake up before we go through the next chromatic doors, otherwise some people are gonna be in trouble.
Oh man, what a relief. I was really worried.
Clover grinned. Agreed. I gave her a reassuring pat on the back.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
All right, everybody. We can be relieved later. Right now, we need to get to the AB rooms and fast.
Damn. Don't even have time to catch our breath.
Come on, let's go. The Flore warehouse is waiting. You could either find another container, or you inject one, and then go back down and fill up that one again. If that's even possible, I don't know. Huh? Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh, he stayed back in the infirmary.
What?
Why?
Well, when we were all heading out, I noticed he wasn't doing anything. So I asked him if he was coming with us. And this is what I got.
I'm still worried about Quark and Alice. I think I'll stick around and make sure they're okay.
I see. That means that Phi's only opponent will be Dio.
One-on-one, huh?
Ugh.
That's cool.
Of course you're pleased with it, you son of a bitch.
Nothing to worry about. I plan to choose Ally. You know why?
Because I've only got one BP.
Exactly. If you chose Ally and I betrayed you, your BP would drop below 0 and... well, we know what happens then.
Yes, unlike the first game where our bracelets weren't actually tied to any bombs that were in our stomach, we now know from that other storyline that these bracelets are legit.
I want to win,
They
but I'm
will
not
kill
that
us.
desperate. You see what I'm saying, right?
No, they didn't have time to go back and make another one, but like I said, they could have put them to sleep until the AB game was over.
Tenmyoji and Dio are a pair. Tenmyoji only had one BP left. Since Dio said he's going to pick Ally, Phi can't really pick anything else. If she does,
Yep, she'll kill
Tenmyoji
Tenmyoji.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Kay and I are gonna be going one-on-one too, right? Since Quark's still sleeping.
That is correct.
How many BP do you guys have?
I've got 6.
As do I.
This will be a tough one then.
If one of them can get the other to Ally and then betray that person,
They'll
the
be
betrayer
out.
will have 9 points.
Welp.
Look, Kay, I know you don't really have any reason to trust me, but
I know.
Liar, liar, muda, muda.
You would like us both to vote ally, yes?
yeah,
Yeah. You got butt face.
I agree. If we were to both betray, then we would gain no points. We would lose nothing either, but that's hardly relevant. If both of us cooperate, then we will both gain 2 points, which is much more beneficial.
right. Okay, good. You're really gonna do it, right?
Yes,
Look at his little happy face.
Promise?
promise.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Also, if that's the way our voice sounds, like, don't people realize that the two of us sound exactly alike? I don't know. I'm gonna ask you
Shit,
dumb
this is
questions
bad.
now.
We need to move, now!
Indeed. Shall we?
Let's go. Let's go to the AB rooms. We can't go through this then. It's 5 and 6 respectively, Luna and myself. What do you think about taking them on the far
Sounds good.
It's out. You settled. You headed into the AB room number 1. Alright, we're with Luna this time. We've never gotten this far with Luna, so I think this is all good content. Now, are we going to be allying or betraying is the question. Tell me, walkthrough. Tell me true. Okay. Garden, story lock 4, AB
30
vote.
seconds remain
Ah.
until Ambidex game polling closes.
Interesting.
It's probably a little late to say this, but you know Alice is still in the infirmary. So,
You're saying we should pick ally, right? Since Alice is going to default to that anyway.
yes.
I know. It's not really fair to betray somebody who isn't voting. Luna's face broke into a warm, happy smile. Not to be sappy, but it was like a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. I grinned back at her before I knew what I was doing. For a minute, the Nonary game didn't seem so scary.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Yeah, that's the other thought, Caleb, is that the helmet is messing with his voice.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed.
Nice.
Results. Thank you.
Yes.
Ambidex game.
Announcer speaks so slow. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room. Alright, let's go have a look at the results.
Okay.
Results from round 2. Please direct.
They all betrayed each other. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. They all tried to screw each other over. Wait a minute. If Alice chose betray, that means she voted. Oh my god! Did she rush into her own room after we got in?
Points have. Please check.
What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. Or did somebody take her bracelet? No, that's not possible. How can Alice's vote be betray? It was a question I would never know the answer to. Yep, there we go. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, it felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble and give out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on!
Oh no! Sigma!
Somebody get that shit out of Dio's pocket! Help me, please!
Get off!
Sigma! Sigma!
No. Why?
My eyelids felt like they were made of lead, but I forced them to open. Everything was growing blurry, but I noticed that the door of the second AB room was open. No one had gone into that room. I'd watched them all. And yet there she stood, an apparition that couldn't possibly be real. Alice! The world was gradually going back black, and my head refused to form the words, but my head's echoed with the question. How? Why? What was she doing there? Did she run in at the last moment after Luna and I entered our room? But even if she had, why choose betray? Then at the darkest closed over my mind as well, and my questions were gone forever. Yay! Apparently, this was the Alice game over bad ending. I assume we're gonna go back and pick betray now? Tell me true. Jump back to the previous AV boat and pick betray. Okay, so this is the first time that this is... Alright, so we go back, pick vote drive, and it says, be careful that you are paying attention to the story here, because it is extremely relevant. Pay very close attention. So I need you guys to help pay super close attention to what we are about to see as we go back. So we are here. So we're going to go here, and we're going to choose betray instead of ally. And apparently this is going to be very, very important.
"30 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Now let's see what happened. Luna's probably going to be pissed at us until we see that Alice somehow picked betray. Luna and I stepped out of the AB room.
Why? What happened to... It's not fair to betray someone who isn't voting. I thought...
I'm sorry, Luna. There was nothing I could think of to say, even if I didn't really understand why I picked betray instead. It almost felt unconscious, like some other part of my mind was making the decision, as if I fucking knew better than that. Perhaps I'd been possessed by some sort of evil spirit that had moved the finger to the betray button against my will. Right, well, we should go see the results.
We already know what they are. It's just simple math.
The look in your eyes was more painful than any punch I'd ever taken. I turned away and almost ran towards the projector. Anything to get away from those eyes. Alright, let's see if she betrays us again.
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex
Or if it's gonna pull some
Direct.
BS like she didn't actually show back up this time because I picked betray. Yep, they betrayed each other. They betrayed each other. Ah! Alice! Oh my god!
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Yep. What? It wasn't possible. I blinked, rubbed my eyes, and looked again. No, how can Alice's vote be betray? That's not possible. Oh. Alice! She was standing in the second room from the left, the room that should have been empty. Why? My mind was still reeling. Where did she come from? As if I was trying to form a sentence, she began to move towards us. From around me, I heard a chorus of mute gasps. It seems we were united in our surprise and confusion. Yes, Quark's... No. Yeah, no, Quark was part of a team. He's not a solo, correct. Alice Chu-Chu was stopped in front of me and glanced up at the display.
Thought you'd get an easy couple points, huh?
Thought you would have killed me, huh?
Not so easy when you have to look your victim in the eye, is it? Coward.
Me, a coward? You got some balls saying that to me after you killed me last time. Why are you even here?
You gave me the antivirus, didn't you? Tenmyoji told me. Thank you. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, honestly.
But you should still be under the effects of the anesthetic.
Yes, well, I still am. A bit. I have a throbbing headache, and I can barely stand. It's horrible.
But you ran in here to try to kill me, so thanks for that.
I'm more resistant to anesthetics than most people.
Oh, here we go with the bullshit.
A result of my training. I have a feeling Zero Senior knew that. They gave me way more than the standard dose of that gas when they kidnapped me. In any event, a few minutes ago I woke up in the infirmary. Tenmyoji explained what was going on, and I got here as fast as I could.
So you showed up right after we got into the AB room?
Yes. Right in the nick of time, too. About 10 seconds before the deadline, as I recall.
You did that just so you could betray us?
Right. What? Don't I get to do that? I mean, it turned out to be the right thing to do, didn't it? You two chose betray.
But the last time I chose ally, and you killed me! You can't blame this on me,
If I'd stayed
lady.
back there, I'd have lost 2 points.
Oh, I'm so angry at her.
So you're saying it was self-defense?
Ice 9. Yes, that's what it is. It's because she's an unfreezable Egyptian goddess. I don't know
Yes.
what. You're full of shit. Self-defense, my ass. You chose betray because you wanted out. You had 6 BP. If I'd picked ally, you would have had 9. That's what you were trying to do,
So what
right?
if I was?
Are you serious? You would have killed me. And you did. Look, I only have 1 BP. You were this close to murdering me. Just admit it. You were planning to kill me so you could escape.
Don't be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you'd choose betray.
No, you didn't.
There was...
Tell the truth.
That is the truth.
No, it's not, because we know it's
Why
not.
am I the only one getting the 3rd degree here? Look at those results. 2 other people just tried to kill someone.
That's true. Fi and Dio.
Yes. If Dio had chosen ally, Fi would have killed Tenmyoji. And if she'd chosen ally, Dio would have killed her.
don't want to be rude, but it looks like Clover and Kay tried to trick one another. Not that it seems to have worked.
That's true.
If either one had chosen
promised to
ally,
ally.
the other one would have 9 BP right now.
I'm trying to look at the results again. Before I'd only been looking at my own. I hadn't realized there was only one word all across the roster. Betray. Whatever trust we managed to build had fallen apart. Everyone was suspicious of everyone else. Had it been the bombs? Or had it been something else? Whatever the reason, if we keep it up, we'll never manage to escape. We'll be trapped in a cycle of 0-point rounds for the rest of our lives. Something had to be done. I closed my eyes and took a deep breath. Alright guys, pay attention. We've probably already all figured this out, but we can't keep going like this. If we don't start being a little more trusting, we're never gonna get out of here. We need to work together. I might as well have been talking to a wall.
My apologies, Sigma. But I need to think on something for a bit. I would appreciate being left alone.
Hey,
I'll be leaving too. Things are getting a little too intense here for my delicate constitution.
oh, shut
Sorry.
up. Dio.
Well, in that case,
A 2-5?
yeah, sorry.
Without another word, she turned and left the warehouse. Dio and Kay quickly followed suit.
See? There's your answer. In the end, everyone's just thinking about themselves. So I would appreciate it if you could not treat me like I'm the only villain here.
Oh, I don't care if you're the only villain here. You're still a villain. You still just tried to kill me. Because they tried to kill other people doesn't put you off the hook, lady.
Come on, Clover. Let's go.
Hold on! I'm coming! Are you feeling okay? I was really worried, you know?
I watched them walk away, Clover practically jumping with delight to have Alice back. Before long, they reached the yellow door and disappeared beyond it. We can't throw her into the freezer. She can't be frozen. She's full of ice and
Everyone's
iron.
gone.
Or she can't be thawed, that is. I don't know if the freezing would work on her, actually. You aren't going to leave, too?
No,
Are you sure? I chose betray.
I know. But I still believe in you, Sigma.
Wow. Well, thank
I
you.
think your hand must have just slipped or something, right?
My chest hurt, and when I blinked, I felt something hot and wet prick the corners of my eyes. Luna, I bit my lip. Before I could think of anything to say, the metallic rumble of the doors closing echoed through the warehouse.
The Ambidex Round 3. Star Keys. There is the Ambidex.
As many times as we want,
Yes,
huh?
as long as we have the star keys. That means we can keep playing the AB game over and over, too. Sigma? Could you show me your bracelet?
Why?
Do you remember what Zero Jr. said?
As soon as the gates close, your colors get all shuffled up automatically.
Yes.
The pair and solo assignments hop around a bit too.
Alright, that's the computer password. I'm trying to find where the bomb password is, too. Yeah, I remember. Up here it is. Let's see here. I'm a cyan pear. What about you?
I'm a magenta pear.
Okay. We're paired again, so hold on. Let's do this. Cyan pear. Alice. Magenta pear.
It could be anything, I suppose. We won't know until we have a look.
We've got about minutes until the next set of chromatic doors open. So what should we do now?
Everyone else has gone off on their own.
Yeah. Physically and emotionally. I really don't like how this is going. They won't matter how many times you repeat the AB game if nobody trusts anybody else. We'll never be able to get out of here.
Maybe it would help if we all had a common goal.
Like defusing the bombs?
Something to unite our hearts and minds.
Yeah, but we've already got something like that. We all want to get out of here. That seems to be a pretty clear goal to me, but everybody chose betray, including me.
Well, what if we have an enemy?
An enemy?
Yes, a common foe. Like the
Zero.
person who set the bombs, for instance.
After coming back from the lab, I told her about the bomb while she gave Alex and Quark the accelerator, right? Yeah, that might work. We can figure out which one of us planted those bombs, and everyone else would work together against them. But how do we figure out who it is?
Well, do you have any clues?
Do we have any clues? You should be in, Sigma. Clues, huh? That's right! The memory card! Ahaha! I pulled it out of my pocket and held it toward
What's
her.
this?
I told you, a memory card. It was under the bomb we found in the lab. I think whoever set the bomb dropped
Really?
it. Yeah, I don't know what it's on it though. We couldn't find any kind of memory card reader. But you were in the lab, so you must have seen the TV.
I guess we can't really use it then.
Come on, Luna.
Oh,
Yes!
wait a second.
Yes!
You know what? I think I might have seen something.
Yes, Luna! You beautiful, beautiful child!
Yes, I remember. The infirmary. I saw it when I was searching the infirmary with Theo and Quark. There was a memory card just like that one.
Then...
Yes! I think we can see what's on it. The computer there should be able to read it.
Yay, I'm excited! Luna and I exploded into the infirmary, nearly running into Alice, Clover, and Ted Mioji. Quark was there as well, of course, but he was just as we left him asleep on the bed.
What are you doing here?
I opened my mouth to retort, then thought better of it. If I really wanted to start trusting each other, well, change starts at home. It's true. As quickly as I could, I explained how the second bomb in the memory card and how we've come to the infirmary in the hopes that we can discover the contents of the latter.
Okay.
Then stick it in already!
Go ahead.
Right. Just as Luna had said, there was a small slot under the screen, exactly the right size to fit a memory card. Within moments, the screen was filled with what appeared to be random letters. All right, guys. Okay, guys, here we go. What? It's repeating letters. It's 2 lines repeating over and over.
6 rows, 22 letters each.
It looks like the odd rows use one set of letters, and the even rows use another set.
Right.
In other words, the first 2 rows just repeat.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of code or something?
It doesn't look random to me. I think there might be a pattern. I just don't know what it is.
Was there anything else on there?
No, it doesn't look like it.
I feel like I need to write these down. Okay. Line 1. I'm gonna write it here. On a fresh page. Line 1 is CQUJHNMTELNERXDFMIOVP. And line 2 is BYOL WXYPXSVZ EQGTKRTLED. Okay. So all we get is this gibberish. Hey Alice, you haven't said anything for a while.
Does
What's
any
up?
of this look familiar to you, Clover?
What do you mean?
Have you seen something like this before? Maybe during your training?
Training.
This is...
So you do recognize it.
All
What
right,
is it?
knock it off, you two. How about you share it with the rest of the class?
I'll decide to stretch your neck from side to side.
I believe this is an encoded message from a terrorist organization.
Oh.
What?
They call themselves the Myrmidons.
Yes, those are the Scientologists that Dio is a part of. Myrmidons. For some reason, I felt like I'd heard that name before.
What are the Myrmidons?
Put simply, they're a bunch of thugs who are trying to destroy or dismantle most of human civilization.
So this thing we're looking at, you think it's theirs?
Well, they have a number of different codes, but I do think this is one of them.
Then the bomb?
It was said by one of the Myrmidons, wasn't it?
Dio. Dio has been setting the bombs.
Yes.
Why is it always Dio?
Well, I can't say for sure, of course, but it seems likely.
Damn, I got a ton of questions for you. Let me start with this one. What the heck does that thing
I
say?
don't know.
That's a good question. I don't see any differences in these lines.
How am I supposed to decode it? I don't have the key. Without a key, it would take literally hundreds of years to decode.
Oh! Oh! We saw the code in the first ending! Oh! Oh! We have the code! We have the code! Oh God! Oh God, please tell me it's in my notes somewhere. Oh God! Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ, where is it? Where is it? That's from the 999. Right. This was all the first room. Right, this was the lounge. Which is what I'm looking for. Father, son with all the drinks. Right. These are the dates that we all let out. I don't have the code. I really think this is the only thing I didn't write down. Because I didn't realize we were taking information from freaking other timelines. Otherwise, I would have written it down.
What about you, Clara?
Well, if Alice doesn't know how, I sure don't.
I don't have a way to
See,
know. Not much we can do then. We can come back to the code stuff later. I've got another question. Alice Clover, who the hell are you? Yeah, unless we need to save this for another timeline. I have to compare it to the string of numbers I got. I think this is something I'm supposed to solve right now. Yeah, I'm supposed to have this answer already. Oh, God. Well, that's gonna turn out terrible for me. You told me your job was to eliminate enemies of the state or something like that. Just what the hell kind of a job is that? It's not a block. I already bought through this block. This walkthrough that I'm following breaks through all the blocks. Oh, yeah, I'm supposed to have this solved already. Oh, this is what I get for not writing down the one thing.
Sorry, but I can't.
Why
Because
not?
you might be one of them. You might be the person who set the bomb.
That's idiotic. Of course I'm
Really?
not.
And where's your proof? For all I know, you're my enemy. I can't tell you anything.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your ally. I'm your friend. I just want all of us to get out of here. Just please tell us. Please, we need to find out who did this so we can all escape. But we have too little information. We need your help. He's right. Fine. If you won't tell us about yourself, then just tell us about the Myrmidons. What else do you know about them?
I'm sorry.
Before I could blink, she leapt up and ran out of the room. Oh, God, Alice. I took off after her.
How long are you going to keep following me?
Until you tell me what you know.
Then why don't you just ask Clover? You already
Clover?
know she works with me.
Well, yeah.
Then why don't you...
I wanted to hear it from you.
Why?
That's a good question. Remember the crew quarters or this garden? We got paired up for 2 separate rounds. That means I've spent more time with you than anyone else here. Maybe that's it. I guess I'm just curious about
What are you talking about?
She spun around to hide it, but I caught a blush of red on her cheeks. We walked down the path to where it ended next to the pond. If I have to appeal to your sense of vanity to get some fucking answers. Also, please don't bring me here because this whole situation is also pissing me off. This is one of many other moving pieces that we've just decided didn't fucking matter. Alice sat down on the bench. We gazed at the smooth surface of the pond for several long minutes before she began to speak.
You don't hate me?
What? Why?
I tried to kill you.
I do hate you. You mean in the AB game?
Yes.
I'm just like, I do hate you. But please go on.
I was so scared. Who wouldn't be? Kidnapped and locked up, forced to play some sort of bizarre game. And then we found that bomb. I know I probably sounded calm, but as soon as we found that thing, all I wanted to do was run away from it as fast as I could. Things just went downhill from there.
What do you mean?
I remember hearing that Quark had collapsed and running to the infirmary with everyone else. When I got there, I realized I couldn't understand what anyone was saying. And everything looked... I don't know how to describe it.
It's not full of Radical 6.
It was like watching a video on fast forward,
Yep.
only it was real.
We know that's Radical 6 because we know how Radical 6 works.
Then I started to feel like... It's hard to explain. I guess you could say I didn't feel like I was myself, and it only got worse.
That was probably the Radical 6.
Yes, I think so.
Oh, we know so.
I don't remember much after that. But when I woke up in the infirmary, suddenly all that fear was back. So all I could think about was getting out of this place as fast as I could.
We didn't get a password yet.
It never even crossed my mind that it could kill you.
As we're going through this, I'm looking through my notes again because I feel like I really should have.
God help me, even if it had, I don't think I would have cared. See? I'm horrible. You hate me, don't you?
Do you want me to hate you? Are you having a problem?
Just do it!
What? Do
Kill
what?
me!
What?
Get it over with!
Oh, God. What the hell, Alice? I'm not going to kill you. I don't even hate you.
You're lying!
Okay.
I could have killed you. I would have killed you.
I found it! I found it! I did write it down. Oh, I did write it down. There it is. I wrote it down, and I circled it in red pen and everything. No, that is not the bomb one. We only have one bomb password, and that is for bomb number 2. Bomb number 1, that is. Bomb number 1. We have the password for bomb number 1. we have the computer password, and we have the password key that we got from Dio's machine thing. I knew I couldn't have not written it down somewhere. A single tear rolled down Alice's cheek. Then another, and then another, leaving shining lines across her face. When I reached out, I saw her tense just slightly. Slowly, I brushed my thumb across her cheek and off, taking her tears with it.
Why are you doing this?
Well, I would say to, like, get into your pants, but, like, you're mostly undressed, so that's really not, like, a giant leap.
You know, you kind of remind me of my father.
That's who you were after, right? The people who killed your dad. We knew
Yes.
that. She told us that. Did they have anything to do with the Myrmidons?
Will you promise not to tell Clover that I cried?
Oh,
If you
come
keep your
on.
mouth shut, I'll tell you what you want to know. About myself. And about the Myrmidons. Deal?
Sure. My lips are
Really?
sealed. Crying. I don't remember any crying.
Good. Alright then.
Alice took a deep breath and began. Here we go, guys. It's time for exposition o'clock. My father is Egyptian, but my mother is French. Wow, when in like the 1200s, when you were an Egyptian goddess or some shit? I don't know. I'm not good with times. They met while my mother was in Egypt on vacation and married there shortly thereafter. When I was 3, we all moved to the U.S. My father was a scientist and his field was cloning. He was recruited by an American lab, which is why we moved. Both of my parents had used English around me from the time I was born, so I didn't have any problems adapting to life in the United States. By my 9th birthday, we'd been there for 6 years. That was when it happened. In the middle of the day, my mother showed up at school. Her eyes were red and puffy, but she didn't say anything to me on the drive home. When we arrived, there were several policemen there to meet us. My father had been a very punctual man, and when dinner time came with no sign of him, even I began to realize something terrible had happened. It wasn't until several years later that I finally learned the truth. My father's lab had been attacked by terrorists, and he had been kidnapped. For the rest of my childhood, my mother raised me by herself. I didn't realize it then, but it must have been incredibly difficult for her, as a single mother alone in a country where any relatives were a transatlantic flight away. She did her best to not let me see it, but every so often when she thought she was alone, the mask would fall away, and in every line of her face I could see exhaustion and loneliness. As much as I missed my father, it was those moments that made me wish more than anything that he'd never been taken. Fortunately, I was an excellent student and did especially well in math. Especially well, blah, blah. I earned a full-ride scholarship straight out of high school and spent the next several years studying. After graduation, I took a job at the Department of Defense, hoping that might have the resources to help me look for my father. I was immediately assigned to the Special Office of Internal Security. Their purpose is to investigate and sometimes deal with terrorist organizations and other serious threats to the state. I could tell my mother wasn't happy about my decision, but she chose to remain silent about it. Eventually, I learned that the terrorist organization that had taken my father was none other than the Myrmidons, although at the time that name didn't mean anything to me. They were suspected of human cloning. Specifically, it was thought they'd been using cloning techniques to copy their most useful members and expand their ranks. If I'm a Myrmidon clone, I'm gonna punch something. The Myrmidons apparently believe that they can use cloning to create a new race of humans. Not unless I knew the reason for my father's abduction. The commander of the Myrmidons is a man named Left. We know his name and his gender, but not his appearance or his age. The Myrmidons are closely associated with the cult known as Free the Soul. Yes. We know about Free the Soul as well. We believe that Free the Soul provides their funding, but try any misdeeds, and the cult's leader, a man named Brother, is like trying to nail Jello to a wall. Brother is supposed to be fairly advanced in years, and rumors say he's so old he can't even get out of bed. Unfortunately, his mind seems to be as sharp as ever. At that point, I hit a wall. I knew the Myrmidons had been behind my father's kidnapping, but that was all I could learn about them. Then one day, I got a tip that some of them were hiding in a building in the Nevada desert. I headed out immediately. I was hitchhiking when the plot drove right past me. On the way there, my car had some engine trouble and stalled out. I was dressed like an Egyptian goddess because I was coming back from Comic-Con. You understand, I didn't have time to change out of my costume. I was playing as a character from that one part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And then suddenly I realized I was stuck in here with Dio. and realized I was completely fucked. I'll give you one guess who was behind the steering wheel. Clover. That was the first time we met. There were 4 other people in the car with her, and when I asked them what they were doing, all I got was just about the answer I'd expected. They told me they'd been locked up inside the very building I'd been on my way to investigate, and that they were currently in pursuit of the people who had kidnapped them in the first place. My priorities shifted very quickly. After a short discussion, I convinced them to allow me to come along. My hope was to find the people they were chasing, who I was certain were Myrmidons. I don't know about June and Santa being Myrmidons. In the end, however, we were unable to track them down. In fact, I still don't know where they might have gone. I feel like they're not Scientologists, but I don't know. Eventually, I took Clover and her companions to SOIS headquarters. We decided that involving the police would only complicate things. After some questioning, it was determined that the people who had investigated this particular event were not connected to the Myrmidons. We did, however, discover that the mysterious disappearance and subsequent reappearance of several children 9 years prior was connected to Free the Soul. There was also a 6th person in the SUV, although they weren't riding in it per se. A middle-aged man, who I'll just call H for now, had been bound and placed in the trunk. Ace! You bastard! According to the other 4, he had been behind the disappearance of the children 9 years earlier. We also learned that his pharmaceutical company, a major player on the world stage, was effectively controlled by Free the Soul. More specifically, I suppose H was a member of Free the Soul and very committed to their cause. So why had he kidnapped all those children? Apparently, it had been part of an experiment designed to test the ability of certain people to access what's called the morphogenetic plot point. I don't imagine you've ever heard of it before, so I'll try and give you a quick rundown. Simply put, when a character needs information to survive a storyline in this game series, they use their consciousness to resonate with the consciousness of certain other people. To be honest, it might be simpler to just call it telepathy, but the SOIS had heard of this particular ability before, and had actually used it in a number of investigations, so I wasn't surprised to learn of its relevance to the plot. I was shocked, however, to learn that these experiments had been carried out by a member of Free the Soul. If that was the case, then Brother must have known about it. The thought of him discovering a way to control and harness that power was terrifying. It wasn't too long after the incident in Nevada that another tip about the Myrmidons crossed my desk. This time it claimed that the Myrmidons intended to launch a large-scale biological terrorist attack. My boss decided that we needed more agents to deal with a threat of that magnitude, and Clover was recruited. Because she'd been a test subject in H's experiment, we knew that she had the ability to access the morphogenetic field, and we wanted to put that ability to use. After several months of training, she was sent on her first mission. She would be tasked with the infiltration and investigation of a Myrmidon cloning lab. I was assigned to be her commanding officer. I hoped that our investigation might also give me a lead on my father's whereabouts. At last, I had had the chance to find out what had happened to him. I wouldn't let that chance pass me by. Perhaps that's what kept me from noticing the truth. The whole operation was a trap. The lab was a fake, and Clover was captured almost immediately. I got there as fast as I could, but when I arrived, the building was only an empty shell. All of the conspirators who had pretended to be researchers and the like had already fled. I searched frantically for Clover until at last, in a basement room, I found her. She had been tied to a chair, but on the floor next to her was another body. It was my father. Oh, Clover didn't tell us this part! He looked as if he'd just been dumped there, and when I got to him, his body was already cold. He was covered in dark, ugly bruises. It wasn't until later that I learned that he had died from ruptured organs and internal bleeding. They'd beaten him to death. As soon as Clover had been captured, a Myrmidon in a mask had come to visit her. He said unless she wanted to end up like my father, she would leave them alone and tell her masters at the SOIS to do likewise. In retrospect, they must have known who I was and who my father was. That was why they killed him. Perhaps they thought they were sending a message to me. Or that once he was gone, I lose my reason for chasing them. I told you, Draco! Did you read the story? She came from Comic-Con! They were very, very wrong. I took Clover with me and left. I tried to console her, myself with the fact that I had at least been able to save her. Sometime later, I received a call from the coroner. He told me there was something I needed to see. There in the morgue was my father, cold and pale on a steel table. I could barely stand and look at him, but the coroner insisted. On his arm were 2 rows of numbers, comprised of 8s and 9s. It took me a moment to recognize my father's handwriting. He'd carved them into his own skin. On his chest was another message, but they were letters this time, not numbers. Not many, just enough to make a short sentence. I love you, Alice. I broke down crying right there in the morgue. They were the first tears I'd shed since the operation had started, and there was no stopping them. There would be no forgiveness. Not for the monsters who put my father through this. They destroyed my family. I would make them pay, even if I had to die to do it. That night, I made a promise to myself. I would avenge my father. It didn't take long to figure out the numbers he'd written were latitude and longitude. They put it to a chemical factory that had been disguised as an abandoned building. Further investigation revealed that it was the mother lode we'd been looking for, the headquarters of the Myrmidons. I think my father must have known how things would turn out. Knowing he was going to die, he'd written the directions to our enemy's fortress on his own body. He sacrificed too much for me to waste this opportunity with recklessness. This time, our operation would succeed. This time, I wouldn't let the experiment put Clover or any of my other agents in danger. So we took our time, we gathered information, we did our research, and we planned. Finally, we were ready. And then, we got kidnapped. It's going to be the day we finally set foot inside the Myrmidon stronghold. But on the 22nd, only 3 days before the operation was scheduled to begin, a man in a gas mask appeared. So you inhaled the gas, passed out, and woke up here in the AV
Yes.
room. That sucks.
Well, there it is. Everything that's happened with the Myrmidons and me. I left a few of the details out, of course, but you get the idea.
Like the fact that Clover was part of the original Nonary game, and also that you also tried to recruit the other people that she was in the original Nonary game. Yeah, that's okay. We got that stuff from Clover in another timeline. So it's cool. She gave me a sad sort of smile and stood up.
We should go back.
Not yet. Your story explained a lot, but there's still one big question.
Which is?
Who here is a Myrmidon? One of us planted the bombs. And based off the code we found, it's pretty clear that that person is Dio. Right?
Yes.
And I agree that we need to figure out who Dio is.
What do you propose we do?
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about. Do you have any clues?
Clues? Well, if I could decrypt that code, it might tell us something, but...
How can we do that?
I told you. We need a key. Without that, it's pointless.
What's a key?
A key is a key. It allows you to sort of unlock a code. Myrmidons usually use this huge string of numbers as a key.
Wait. A long string of numbers? I don't have the long string of numbers, I just have the code. Could that be... Ah! He remembers! Can you throw that string of codes at me again, please? Can you throw that at me? Yup, there it is! There it is! Let's just do this. Hold on. 7, 8, 1, 5. Wait a minute. I wrote... It's right here! It's right fucking here above the code I wrote down. I had all of this the entire time, and I didn't realize how relevant it would wind up being. Yes, this is what we wrote down.
What the hell?
I was almost as surprised as she was. She even unlocked. He was convicted of a string of numbers. Really? The numbers that just kind of appeared in my mind, and I was saying them before I knew what I was doing. Alice looked at me incredulously, and I stared back.
Where did... Wait. Can you say that again?
Oh, do it, Alice, do it! Yeah, it's just, those are the numbers. Those are the ones I have written down.
That's 198,449,351 to the third power.
What? What level of math do these Myrmidons like to do?
That number you just told me.
Okay.
Prime factor decomposition on that number gets you 198,449,351 to the third power.
You're talking about reducing an integer to a series of prime numbers that you multiply together to get it, right? Well, she was very good at math, so if you do 30, then you get 2 times 2 times 5.
Exactly. You probably learned that in junior high, right?
So you're saying that that number is prime. If you multiply by itself 3 times, you get the whole string of numbers. Don't tell me you just did all that in your head.
I did do all of that in my head. Simple mental arithmetic.
What? No, no way. That's
I
impossible.
told you. I'm better at math than most people.
It's not better at math,
Look at
really.
you. You just recited a huge string of numbers. That seems pretty astounding, too.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're jumping timelines.
Where did you find that
so
number anyway?
I didn't know what to say. What would I tell her? That it just came to me?
Can't tell me, huh? Fine. I'm pretty sure that's the key to the code, then. I know the Myrmidons use prime factors for their keys. And there aren't a lot of 25-digit numbers that turn out to be the third power of a prime number.
Yeah.
I think there's a very good chance that number you memorized was specifically created by someone.
Aha. Could you explain that with small
Well,
words?
look at the prime factors of your number. 198,449,351 to the third power. I think that's our hint for cracking the code.
Okay.
You still don't get it? Try to remember the code we saw in the infirmary. What did it say on the monitor?
I think the first row was... Right.
And the second row?
Right. And they just repeat.
Wow, you've got a pretty impressive memory. We could really use someone like you back at the...
Oh, cute. But also, yes, obviously we have a ridiculous memory because we have all that stuff in the archive. Well, keep going. How do we decode
You
that?
use 198,449,351 to point you to the right letters.
How do we do that?
Well, the first number is 1, so take the first letter.
Okay, C.
The next number is 9, so go 9 letters over from the first one.
Okay.
Then 8 from that one.
Right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is O. And then 9 from that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I.
Just keep going until you get something.
Okay.
Make sense?
I ran over what she said in my head. The prime numbers Alice had given me. Right. Alright, so let's see if we can figure this out on our own. Right. 9 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. It's M. Okay. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's P. It's gonna spell computer, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, L. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, E. Oh, completed? I don't know. E. 1, 2, 3, T. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Completed. So what would we get if we picked out letters that explained it? The first letter would be C. It's completed. Yes. I did it. Completed. That's
Completed?
the answer.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I did exactly what you told me to do. The word I got is completed. Actually, it's completed, completed, completed. The code and the letters repeat every 2 lines. Just repeat.
Well, I can't remember the code like you can, but... if you're certain, I believe you.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna actually stop here. I don't know how much there is left to go in this ending, but I have a feeling we've got quite a ways to go, and it is about that time. I'm tired. People are starting to tap out in the chat. I feel like my brain is exploding. But yeah, I'm glad that we were able to figure that out on our own. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Please like, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, high fives, all that good stuff. Come to the Chu-Chu, follow us on Twitch, join us for our live streams sometime. We always have a ton of fun here, as you can see. We also, if you're watching this on YouTube, or if you come to the Twitch stream, there's links below. Oh, Jesus Christ, Caleb. You know what? Just because you're abusing Dio, it's fine. Um. Yes. Anyway. If you're watching this on YouTube or if you're on the Twitch channel, you can go below. There's links to our public Discord, to our Facebook page, all that stuff. You guys should come and join the community. We always have a ton of fun, and I love all of these people. They're fantastic. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye!